Good evening and welcome to 549 Media's coverage of Perham Yellowjacket activities. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by these fine sponsors: KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Today's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Rivers Realty, and Lakes Ace Hardware. Tonight's game is also brought to you by New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, and Hanson Plumbing and Heating. Now let's head to the game on the 549 Media Network. And good evening and welcome into the Ted Meinhover Field. I'm Jason Gross, joined by Kyle Haberman as we get ready to go for what should be an interesting contest tonight on Hall of Fame night. The Morris area Chokio-Alberta Tigers come to the Ted Meinhover Field to take on the Yellowjackets. And Kyle, the Tigers have been clicking as they're the 8th ranked team in the state right now.
Well, it's good to be back with you. Yeah, it's kind of a repeat of our first two broadcasts together, and we got another really high-quality team here coming into Perham. Morris does a lot of different things. They can throw it, they can pass it. One of the things that's happened, or they can throw it, pass it, run it. They do all kinds of different things defensively. We'll see a bunch of different looks tonight. They'll, probably get a sense of what we're doing offensively and defensively and kind of adjust to that. That's kind of how they roll. But this time of year, a lot of times in the football season, it comes down to injuries, and both teams got a lot of injuries. Certainly Perham is down some of their skill players, and that's going to really hurt an already thin Perham football team, and same with Morris. Morris is out their starting center, and they're pretty much their starting running back for a couple different reasons. So that might level things out a little bit, but it's going to be another one of those battles, and kind of the same repeat as what we've talked about the last couple games, growth. And so it's a Hall of Fame night. It's another beautiful night. It certainly doesn't feel like late season football even quite yet, as you see guys out there with shorts. But another good one for us to see what happens.
It should be interesting as the Morris area Tigers come in with a record of 6-0. The Yellowjackets at 1-5. It's been a very busy week here throughout Perham activities. Tuesday night kicked things off with a fun event for the first time ever. The Perham girls swimming and diving, our swimming team, no diving team this year, but the swimming team hosted a home event. An exciting day when they hosted Foston Bagley. And we had a chance to recap that and get you a look at how that event went on Tuesday. Excitement filled the air at the Perham Area Community Center on Tuesday afternoon when the Perham girls swimming team hosted its first ever meet at the PAC. Coaches, seniors, and swimmers were all excited for the first time event when they welcomed the Foston Bagley Seals into the PAC for a scrimmage.
It feels like I was in high school again, myself, and I'm 26, so that's kind of crazy to say, but it feels like we're actually finally able to show off what we have, promote ourselves to the town, and really show them what swimming is. I don't know if a lot of the people that are coming today have even seen a swim meet before or been able to travel to one, even if we have a meet in DL. So it's really cool for us to be able to prioritize our girls, showcase something really fun with Boston, and do something that hasn't been done before here in the history of the program.
Another first happened during the meet as the Perham New York male swimming team was able to honor their 4 seniors at their home swimming pool. Senior swimmers Molly Meyer, Kate Diggins, Elle McDonald, and Caitlin Kraske received flowers and accolades from the hometown crowd during the meet.
I was so excited. Oh my gosh. My coach told me and I went, no way, because obviously we've never done this before, so we didn't have to go in front of DL and ask it. Nobody knew who we were, so it's fun. Like, all my family is here. It's electric. It's crazy to have a home meet. We've never done that in Perham history, so it's pretty cool to have the opportunity to swim here.
It was a day of celebration for the Yellowjackets, who were grateful for the support from the community as well as the parents of the Yellowjacket program, but they were also grateful for the Foston Bagley Seals, who agreed to participate in the day and help make the event happen for the Yellowjackets.
It's really awesome. It's been a whirlwind of crazy, kind of coming into it, getting everything put together, making sure we can even fit 150 people on a pool deck in Perham. But I have a lot of support from all the great parents that we have on our team. All the girls have helped out a lot too. I think they just really want to see this come together, so it's been really easy going forward today, and Foston's been great in supporting the fact that we're doing it, so it's exciting. I'm really pumped. I mean, it's pretty exciting. We haven't had a home meet ever before, so it's pretty fun. I'm having a blast. It's a fun meet. I love sharing it with all my teammates. I love sharing it with all the 7th graders who have never had a home meet before, neither have I, so we're all having a lot of fun. It's awesome. I feel like there's not many empty chairs, which is great to see. It's just so cool to know that people care about our swim team.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back again to the Ted Meinhover Field. Again, Kyle, Tuesday we'll touch on it a little bit. The excitement, the atmosphere at the PAC was outstanding for the swimming program. They're actually in action right now, competing on the road tonight as part of the True Team competition. They're on the road, I believe. They're actually in Morris, I think. That's where that's at. And an excitement for them on Tuesday night to have a home meet here.
It's the reason why we're the best school in the state. I mean, it's even when we don't have the facility and have a true ability to host an actual meet for swimming, we find a way to make it happen, hold kind of a scrimmage. But you saw the support. You saw that video there. My wife and kids went and said they had an absolute blast and wanted to support it. And so it's just kind of what we do here is we support every single activity, no matter what it is. We get excited about it, and it brings out the best in our kids and the best in our community.
Speaking of activities, we'll take a look at our activity scoreboard right now from yesterday afternoon. Girls tennis action, it's going to cycle through a few times. Tennis action yesterday, knocked off Wadena Deer Creek 6-1, but then was knocked off by Staples Mountley 4-3. Today in the Section 8A tournament, they're still competing. Kaya Anderson with a victory today. Autumn Bradshaw was knocked off in her contest today. But yesterday, the Harry Invite cross-country style. The Yellow Jackets sweep across the board. Boys and girls getting a win there. And then the volleyball team getting back on track with a 3-1 victory last night over Park Rapids area.
Yeah, I mean, our volleyball team is much improved. Credit to the coaching staff. You just really see a different team than you did a few weeks ago. And they're still really young, and sometimes that'll show, but they seem to be playing more as a team. The cross-country meet was unbelievable, the amount of people there. When you have the people that are working, parking people, when you had a cross-country meet where you need a parking staff and making sure everybody goes through, but just the amount of people that have to volunteer for an event like that, we're known as kind of the prestigious cross-country program, and then we backed it up on the actual running surface with our girls program and our boys program and just doing a great job. But listening, I don't know a ton about cross country, but listening to some of the times we had on the girls' side, some of the stuff we were winning state tournaments with a couple girls, we had 6 of those girls in those times yesterday. So they're deep on both sides. But when you look, it's fun when you're heading home and you'll making your way out. Something you see just a crowd of runners going through town, but they don't just do that this time of year in the fall. You go through in July and you're going through on the way to the lake, and I'm going on my way to a pontoon and I see about 40 of them running past me, and they make me kind of feel bad, but it also is the reason why they're having so much success this time of year.
And they're getting ready. They got the conference meet here at home this year. I believe that is Tuesday night at the Arvig Park, so head on out to check that out. But now we're going to turn focus back on to tonight. We had a chance to talk with Perham Yellowjacket football head coach Jesse Hine ahead of tonight's game, and here is what he had to say on the 549 Media Network. Hello and welcome back to the 549 Media pregame show. Now joined by Perham football head coach Jesse Hine, getting ready for tonight's Hall of Fame game with Morris. First, overall, your thoughts on that?
Just a good team coming to town. They've had a really good season. They returned a lot of key guys from last year. Should be a good contest for us.
Coming off a tough one up at Thief River Falls, early turnovers, then you guys battled back, but they were able to kind of take control late. What do you take away from that game going into Morris?
Well, again, it's kind of the same script, but we didn't play clean at times, and at times we did a lot of really good things, and we're still trying to put together that whole fourth quarter game, and from the very beginning to the very end, we got to be clean as we go through, and especially when we play some of these higher quality teams.
You mentioned the fourth quarter game. That seems to be kind of a bit of a struggle. You put some spurts together and some good strings together, but what do you guys kind of try to do to work on to get to that full fourth quarter game?
Well, we've been trying to continue to build some depth, and obviously football is a sport where any sport has injuries as you kind of come and go, but each week we try to put our best out there and definitely have guys ready to roll in anticipation for anything that may happen, but just kind of building that depth and getting everybody on the same page, so no matter what, we got guys out there who are going to play hard and know what they're doing.
Where have you seen the most growth on the team during this year?
I think the biggest part is just playing as a unit. I know at the beginning of the year, going to Holly, a good, again, senior-heavy team in Holly, we weren't quite gelling as a whole unit yet, and at times, it shows that we are, and then there's times when, this year when we definitely showed that when we don't play as a unit, there's things that happen that aren't the greatest. But for the most part, I think overall playing as a unit, it's definitely gotten better as we've gone through the year.
One of the things we've talked about a few times is the take-give category. Unfortunately, been on the opposite side of that. What are some things you try to do to work to get on the positive side there?
Well, just ball security stuff and just knowing the situations, I think, is the biggest thing. And just continuing to work positive plays. And, again, you hear a lot of college coaches, you hear P.J. Fleck talk about the ball as a program, and some people roll their eyes at that, but there's a lot of truth to it.
You mentioned that, and you have some guys that, kind of youngsters that now at this time of the year are full-on veterans, you'd say, but have you seen their growth, and how have you seen them kind of come together this year?
Oh, absolutely. And, like we said, with some different injuries throughout the year, guys get opportunities that you maybe weren't anticipating. And I just am so proud of a lot of these kids for stepping into the moment, even if they may not have been prepared at the time, but just playing hard and just giving us a chance, the best opportunities. And the biggest part is each guy we've put in, we know they're gonna go in there and battle.
The schedule, there's 0 breaks in it. When you look at it top to bottom, how do you keep the guys kind of motivated as through a kind of been a tough run right now?
Well, we're 0-0 this week. Each week we're 0-0. Yes, it's a quality team coming in. They've proven themselves, but we also went to their place and stole one from them last year. So it can be done. There's definitely opportunities. Otherwise, you wouldn't play the game. And the boys will battle. They'll continue to come out swinging, and hopefully we can put 4 quarters together.
You mentioned that Morris game last year at Morris, an exciting one. It was a cold, windy, rainy night, and you guys, like you said, were able to go to take one. Is there some things that you take away from that game that you're able to use and carry into this one?
Well, it's just when your back's against the wall, you got to make things happen. And at that moment in the season last year, that was kind of a turning point, especially in the section where, we win that game and we end up with the 2 seed, or we lose that game and we could end up the 5 seed. So it's kind of one of those situations where, you're between a rock and a hard place and you got to make something happen, and that was our night, I guess.
And now when you face this Morris team here at home, what do you expect to see from them overall?
Well, they're just a seasoned group. They have big playability. They have a big receiver and a very veteran quarterback who can sling the ball from all angles all over the field, and they got a good group up front, and they can play physical at times, and they're pretty diverse with what they do offensively, and their defense rallies. I mean, they rally to the football and they play hard, so it'll be a good challenge for us.
Special teams is an area that I've seen a lot of success of late, especially for you guys. How is that one of those 3 keys in the game that you try to win?
Absolutely. Every week we got to find an advantage somewhere, and some weeks it's been in special teams. I know the Fergus Falls game was huge, starting with a kick return and making big plays, and the special teams category definitely gives us a boost and helps us out in other areas.
Now tonight is the Hall of Fame night. It's always an exciting one, and this year a football team going into the Hall of Fame. How does that make you feel, just seeing that, being a part of that program and the history of the Perham football program, and now having another team in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, it's just fantastic, especially that group will get to talk to our boys before the game, and it's just good to see the history of the program. We talk about that a lot, that it's more than just us right now. It's the community, and it's more people than you even know that have been part of this program, whether during the highs, during the lows, and it's good to hear their perspective and their words of encouragement, and it's just awesome for that group to be recognized.
I think a unique moment that you mentioned there, the team gets to talk to your squad now. How does that feel, just seeing that in a way as the program now looking back at the success of the past and as it grows?
Well, it's just it adds to the value of your program, and anytime you can get a unique perspective, and like I said, a lot of those people who were part of that team that was the most successful team in Perm history also had some stories about when times weren't that great. So just to talk about those ebbs and flows of a program and a solid program like Perham, it just shows that it can happen everywhere. And you got to keep grinding and keep working.
Now this game night's also different with an hour earlier start at 6 o'clock. Does that change your routine a little bit before the game?
Not too much. I mean, you look at anytime you go on the road, you're leaving early, and you plan to be there at a certain time. And as long as your window before the game kind of stays the same, then it's pretty normal. But it'll be good. I think kicking off when it's a little bit lighter out, it just it doesn't change a whole lot.
All right. Coach, anything else you'd like to add at all before tonight's game?
No, just thanks for everybody for watching and for supporting us, and go Jackets.
All right, that is Yellow Jacket head coach Jesse Hine right here on the 549 Media Network.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have something for everyone. Let us help you reach your fitness goals, connect with others, or just have a little fun. We offer a state-of-the-art weight room, weight resistance and cardio machines, and inspiring spin studio. If walking is your preference, our walking track is just the thing for you. We have over 20 fitness classes offered weekly. Yoga, Zabit, Strength, and Senior Fit, those are just a few. Our aquatic center is equipped with a 6-lane lap pool, kiddie pool, and water slide. Adults can relax in the sauna and hot tub. We also offer water fitness classes and open swim for the family. Find your fit at the Pack. We'd love to have you here.
Good evening and welcome back here to the Ted Meinhover Field as we're moments away from the start of tonight's game between the Yellow Jackets and the Morris area Chokio-Alberta Tigers. I'm Jason Groth with Kyle Haberman. We thank you for tuning in to the 549 Media pregame show. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast and the pregame show and all the stuff that we brought to you tonight, as we're looking forward to bringing you this one here from the Ted Meinhover Field. Now we'll take a quick glance at our starting lineups for both squads.
kind of the exact same thing as they do on offense. They're going to kind of come with an odd and an even front. They're going to kind of give you different looks. I would predict, talking to the coaching staff, they'll probably go with an odd front. A lot of man-to-man with their corners, but they'll mix in all kinds of stuff. They really do a lot of different things on both sides of the football, which makes it kind of hard to scout. And for them, it's pretty nice.
And we'll take a quick timeout and come back here to Ted Meinhover Field.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Well, welcome back here to the Ted Meinhover Field. We apologize. Didn't realize I had made a mistake on the starting lineups with the audio. That was on my fault. So, unfortunately, they weren't able to hear us as we talked about the starting lineups. But here is the starting lineups for tonight's game for the teams between the Yellow Jackets and the Tigers. They're being introduced right now to the field. Let me take a quick look. Yellow Jackets won the toss, however, they deferred their opportunity to the second half, so it'll be more football to start as we get ready to go for this one. Kevin Pope and his Tigers just getting introduced.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Perham Yellowjackets.
And the Yellow Jackets now getting introduced as well.
A junior, number 57, Jack.
The offensive starters getting introduced tonight first. Key for the Yellow Jackets, try to get a stop early and then just build on that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I think really it's a matter of trying to create turnovers. You're going to have a scoop and score here or something on special teams. They're stout defensively and they're really good offensively, and we're pretty limited with the injuries that we have, and as thin as we are, that doesn't mean we're not going to go out there and compete, but finding a way to turn them over, making them make a couple mistakes, getting that pick six, getting them in a position where maybe they're not as comfortable or maybe they start thinking about things on the road, that's, I think, the best option for them, and hopefully we can get it done.
With the MEA short week, some teams have now started scheduling games on Thursday. A couple of them took place last night. DGF knocked off East Grand Forks by a score of 45-6. And it was Detroit Lakes on a last-second play, knocking off Little Falls 21-20 in your mid-northwest red scoreboard. Other games tonight, Thief River Falls taking on Fergus Falls, and tonight it's Morse taking on Perham. And you take a look at next week, it's a Wednesday night start. DGF will come to town to take on the Yellow Jackets. Morris and Fergus Falls essentially battling for the number one seed in Section 8-3A, pending on results tonight as well as next week how that looks. It will be very interesting how the section plays out. Right behind them will be Detroit Lakes taking on East Grand Forks at 6 o'clock start, and Little Falls taking on Thief River Falls at 7 o'clock. As you look at our Section 8-3A standings right now, Morris holds the number one seed with an 80.3 QRF standing. Fergus Falls at 73.8 is 6th overall in the state, but they'll be the number 2. DGF sits at 3. East Grand Forks at 4, Thief at 5, and then it'll be Perham at 6. So if the playoffs were to start tonight, they don't. It'll be Perham going to DGF, which, looking at how the games have played out throughout this year, it looks like no matter what, those two teams might be locked in.
Yeah, and DGF is having a normal DGF year. They kind of started a little slow, but now they've really taken off. And just the things that they do offensively and the way they run the football, with the size we kind of lack, I think it's a tough kind of matchup for us.
So we get ready to go. Yellow Jackets will kick things off first. Maddox Wintek to kick. Fear and Osmus back deep. Alex Osmus, back deep for the Tigers. We thank you for tuning in. You're the 549 Media Network as we get ready to go. Maddox Wintek to kick things off. We thank you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our graphics department as well for their great help for tonight. And hopefully to make those as we go forward. And now Swintek will get ready to kick things off. Kick out at about the 15. And going to the far side is Spur. Spur across the 40, gets driven out of bounds at about the 41. Great field position for the Tigers to start things off right away with Spur on the return. It'll be 1st and 10. They mark him out of bounds at the 46.
First down for the Tigers.
We get our first look at quarterback Drew Hubner. Had a heck of a playoff game last year when Morris came to Ted Meinhover Field and stunned the Yellow Jackets. Tight formation. Send a man in motion for Hubner. He pitches to Osmus. Osman drags a couple of defenders across the 50 to the 46.
You'll see them go out of the eye. You'll see them kind of pack things in. They'll run a lot of those bubble screens as well, and then they'll take their chances with 2 over the top or 8 over the top when they have them. Just a lot of different actions that they'll provide. They also will run a little bit of options. So look for them to kind of try a couple different things early in the game, and then maybe they'll kind of stick with what's working against the Yellow Jackets.
Pitch there was actually to Osmus, to Mitchell Mosier. They send Hubner in motion. Now the pitch again, left side to Mosier again. He's going to make it 3rd and short as he cuts to about the 46.
Again, ball carrier number 25, Mitchell Mosier. In on that tackle, Tristan Larson, number 4.
It'll be 3rd and a long one for Morris.
Number 52, Logan Good. 8 of 4 on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 1.
Logan Gook getting on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets.
Good opportunity here to maybe make a play, put us in a position to be able to have that early stop.
Hubner keeps as he pulls it out of the belly, drives forward, and has the first down to the Yellow Jacket 35. Good read there by the veteran quarterback.
That'll be a first down for the Tigers.
That'll be 1st and 10 for Morris at the 35. And kind of not really a surprise here that the Tigers want to establish the line of scrimmage and establish dominance here with a 6-0 mark.
They do have some big boys up front, and you see a couple of them pulling there on that initial run, open up a big hole for them, and that's to look what they're on their kind of their second running back. He's still 25, gets a lot of carries, and so does 4.
That's Seuss to the outside, finds a hole, picks up a first down with a nice run on the pitch there out to Kai Seuss. And it's another first down for the Tigers. Yellow Jacket.
You are definitely seeing them establish a line of scrimmage there. Really, before there's any sort of Perham defender getting to football, it's 3-4 yards downfield. So we got to make sure we shoot off the football a little bit harder and find a way to put them in a position to be out of their lanes so we can make some of those plays or have our linebackers make plays.
Pitch out to Cease to the left side. This time Flag is going to bring it back in the area in the vicinity of holding. It will bring it back. They're going to accept it, will the Yellow Jackets. And they're going to bring him back. So he's got to the outside. Nice run. Now the flag will bring it back. As they're going to mark it off for the holding from the spot.
And that becomes the problem, too. Without the hold there, Tristan Larson's out there trying to make a play, and that's kind of what we've talked about this season. He is one that's going to explode out there and make a play. But if you go in and you take a bad angle, which he did there, then you're going to end up having a big run to the outside. That's exactly what happened. We were fortunate to get the holding call.
First, and we'll call it 23 as our PA announcer goes with that. First and 23 for the Tigers. First time they've really been backed up tonight. Send a man in motion. Mosier takes the handoff straight ahead. Dives forward to the 30. Mosier, a strong gain, gets about 6 of it back, or maybe 8 actually. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Second down, 17 yards to go.
Good opportunity here to keep him in a 3rd and long here. Look for Morris to do something with the running game here and just get it upfield.
Hubner on the keep to the outside, has a couple of blocks. This one's coming back as well as Hubner runs out of bounds before he's met there on the sideline by Swintek. Swintek, nice job, but this one will back up the Tigers again.
This is really Swentek's first kind of action here in regards to playing defense, and there was a nice play there for him. He's going to have to come up and get up to the line of scrimmage and make some plays. Looks like we have another holding here, girl. Is that what's happening?
That, I believe, was the original call. Now they're going to wait to mark it off. It was in that area, and that is the call, holding. So I'll back him up again, make it 2nd and even more. They need to get to about the 14. Right at the 39.
Yeah, so when you're in that 2nd and long that they had before, like I said, you can try to just shorten up that 3rd down play. Now they're in a different world. Now you can probably expect them to go with maybe one of those bubble screens or look to maybe go downfield.
Would not be surprised to look for Riley Osmus. He's been their stud. Hubner drops, looks, fires over the middle, pass complete. Pitch and catch there. Jack Kehoe comes up with the reception. It'll be 3rd down.
Yellow Jackets do a nice job. Yeah, he makes the play, but they kept everything in front, knowing as long as you don't give up a big play, they're going to be 3rd and kind of forever here. They're obviously in 4-down territory if they can be in a decent spot, so they don't have to try to get it all at once. So Perham's got to kind of be cognizant of that. And same thing, I still think maybe those bubble screens are, like you say, going off to Osmus.
Clock rolls with 8:15 to go in our first quarter. Here in the 549 Media Network, we thank you for tuning in. This is our opening possession of today's contest. Hubner looking to throw. Now pressure comes from the inside. Now fires off, balance pass, looking for Kehoe, too strong. It's 4th down.
This will be interesting for them. You know, that's a tough spot. Do you punt here and try to pin us deep? Do you maybe throw one up and hope for maybe a flag or hope for a big play? In high school football, it's kind of tricky because you certainly don't have at least I don't believe they have a kicker that can kick a 45, 50-yard field goal. So I would guess maybe they're going to punt here, but it's kind of a tricky decision.
I think you're in that tough spot because if it's a touchback, it's only 13 yards you give up. Or if you get a good gain here or a foul penalty on Perham, things set up. They're going to go in the gun or the pistol formation with 3 receivers. Hubner rolls left, looks, pumps. Now pressure coming up the middle, still has time. Now fires deep downfield, has a man open in the end zone, but it's too strong. Looking for Riley Osmus, and a turnover on downs will give the ball to the Yellow Jackets.
You can see how comfortable Hubner looks back there. I mean, we had 2 linemen in his face, and he just was able to kind of move the pocket and move around and give himself a chance to make that throw. But that's an excellent start to the game for the Yellow Jackets, assisted by a couple of penalties, but still you have to make the plays, and they were able to do that.
Nice start there for the Yellow Jacket defense. As now they'll try to get the offense going with Alex Bloom and company. Got 2 right and 2 left. 1 back in the backfield. That's Larson with them. Fakes the handoff. Bloom fires a pass in traffic. It's intercepted. Coming down with this, Jackson Holman. And now a flag on the play during the return. The interception will stand. The penalty will bring the return back. As in traffic looking for Zacharias. Got batted up and around, and it was intercepted, and Holman comes down with it. Yellow Jacket fans sharing the penalty, but the football will still stay, I believe, with Morris.
Yeah, I think that the fans maybe are thinking it was a shot to the head on Zacharias, but he caught the ball. It was just really in a tough spot, and a lot of traffic there. And then anytime that ball goes shooting up in the air, you typically see those safeties make a play. But really close to a big play for us, and Bloom had to throw it in a tight window, and he made the throw, but it just kind of became hard to come down with, especially with a lot of bodies in there coming at you at full steam.
So block in the back backs up Holman's return to the 47-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 7:39 to go. Handoff this time, getting the carries, Kaisus, and he gets stood up right away by the Yellow Jacket line. Excuse me, Kaisis. I apologize. I've butchered that name a few times tonight. I'll try to get that right as this night rolls on. I apologize for that.
Logan Gook with a great play there, shedding his blocker, and just that was kind of the first time we've seen that happen tonight, where he met him at the line of scrimmage, pushed him back, and puts him in a good spot for us. But we need more of those plays. You can see that Perham's kind of shuffling their defensive linemen in and out to try to keep them fresh. Hopefully that helps out in trying to get after these guys.
Hubner is going to roll left, plant, and fire over the middle. Incomplete and almost intercepted. Holman lost control of it, and the Yellow Jackets were there, and it ends up hitting the ground, and it'll be 3rd down.
The exact same thing there. Ball gets, Hubner's kind of has a weird release, and it looks like it was kind of put at a tough spot where the ball was. He had to go back to get it. He had hands on it, but the thing goes shooting up in the air. We had a chance to make a play, just happened to hit the ground. But those opportunities are probably going to present themselves with a team like this. You just have to take advantage of them. So hopefully we can see another one of those soon, especially if we continue to have them in 2nd and 3rd and long. Those picks and those tricky plays that they're going to try to do might help us create a turnover.
Hubner fakes the handoff, now drops, fires far side, pass complete, 1st down, and driven out of bounds by Gavin Griffin is Riley Osmus, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Morris. That's a tough ask for Griffin and anyone on the Yellow Jacket defense to go against Osmus. And Osmus on that quick out there had nice footwork, got outside, got the reception on Hubner. I was going to say he's kind of got that arm motion sometimes you like to compare it to kind of see Matthew Stafford of the Lions and the Rams when he gets down with pressure coming. Pitch out right side, Mosier. Breaks a couple of tackles in the middle. Drake some defenders forward with him down to the 21. It'll be 2nd and short.
You can see here why they're undefeated, right? They have a really high-quality, experienced quarterback. They've got good outside players with Osmus, and then they have kind of that pound-it running back as well, so to go in with a big front. So they just kind of have it all when it comes to keeping teams off balance, and whatever a team is going to maybe has skill-wise, they're able to counter that with taking away your weaknesses.
Hubner is going to pull it out and keep it late. He's going to get the 1st down. And he'll have a 1st down inside to the 16.
1st down, Tigers. In on that tackle is number 52, Logan Gook.
Logan Gook's been all over the field defensively there for the tackle. First and 10, 5:50 to go. Hubner fires to the corner. The pass incomplete. Trying to make the catch is Alex Osmus. Good coverage there by the Yellow Jackets.
Tyrus was on him from the start. You know, he uses speed there. Certainly when you look at that matchup on the outside, I'm sure that the quarterback's saying, oh, here's a nice matchup for us because Tyrus is what he lacks in size, he has in competitiveness, and he does do a nice job of keeping in front. That one, he used his speed to just kind of run with him while also slowly pushing him up towards the sideline. Excellent play in the backfield there, or in the back of the end zone.
You touched on it a little bit. I thought he did a good job also using that end zone as a boundary. As the handoff goes inside this time, running with the ball is Cease. Gets down to about the 11.
That's where you've seen Tyrus really improve this year. Last year you would see him try to maybe make that play and jump up and try to get a pick and try to make the big play. Instead there he just focused in on making sure that the ball hit the floor. And here puts us in a much better spot here. 3rd and short, 3rd and 6-ish. Look for them. I think they're going to do something on the outside and run with the quarterback. But hopefully our ends can make a play because I think that's what's going to come down here.
3rd and 6.
As they go into I formation.
5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Hubner gets low on that handoff. Straight ahead, Cease again. It's going to be close to the first down spot. It'll be 4th down and short.
What we like here, Growth, though, is we're putting them in these positions. I mean, we're putting them twice now. We put them in a spot where they have to think about what they're doing to make a big play on a 4th down. We're able to make the last one happen. It was a little bit more favorable to our side, but here's another big play to try to get it on our side. Looks like we could. We've only had one offensive possession, or one offensive play, I should say. Let's get our offense on the field here and let us have a drive.
Here's one of those situations too. For the defensive staff, you're making sure don't jump. As a hard count could come, you never know, from Huber under center. Quick handoff, Moser straight through the pile. It's going to be close to the goal line. They're going to mark him down just at the 1.
I think Hubner's butt was on the ground before he even snapped the football. Isn't that? I think he's down where he's at.
That's kind of what I was I was wondering that a couple times, actually.
He sure is low there.
1st and goal, they call it the 2. Handoff, Moser gets stood up right away. I believe that was Guck as well as a couple others that got there and just stood him up.
Yeah, as well as Wangler. And then our linebackers came flying up to get everybody up right on their shoulders and on their feet and not allow any sort of leverage.
Tash Burke also, and it's 2nd and goal. Big spot here, 3:40 to go, first quarter. We're scoreless. 2nd possession of the game for Morris, trying to turn a turnover into points. Handoff, left side. Not much there for Cease, and he gets stood up again. Nice job by the Yellow Jacket defense there. Guck was the first one right there. And Gavin Griffin in on the tackle.
Guck's having a fantastic first quarter. He has to have 3 or 4 tackles, either solo or assisted.
3rd down here. The playbook's wide open. I wouldn't be surprised to see a rollout play action type pass here. Well, they're going to go from the gun this time. They're going to try that single coverage matchup here on the outside with Osmus and Griffin. Hubner's going to run straight ahead, and he's going to plow into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown Tigers, quarterback keeper number 6, Drew Eager.
Veteran quarterback there, he didn't try to make the play early, just kind of was patient and seen where the lane opened up and really got in uncontested. Tough way to start after they found a way to score after a turnover. But now we got to find a way to make a run and have a sustained drive and keep our.
To the formation. Snap, spot, and the kick. Goes over into our scoreboard, but it's good. So Morris takes a 7-0 lead on the Yellow Jackets. With that, we'll take a quick timeout.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Welcome back. Strong second drive, off the turnover for Morris as they capitalize on the interception, turn it into points, and they lead 7-0 on the Yellow Jackets here on the 549 Media Network. We thank you for tuning in tonight as the Yellow Jackets will get the football. They await the kickoff.
Kicking off for the Tigers, number 31, Riley Sato.
Riley Sato to kick off for the Tigers. Griffin, along with Kudrum back deep. Griffin had the big return a couple of weeks ago here for the Yellow Jackets against Fergus Falls. That really got things going before Fergus Falls was able to grind out a victory. Sato with a low line drive boot. On Hopper to Griffin. He scoops it up. Fakes the handoff. Now goes to the right side. Swarmed under just shy of the 30.
Gavin Griffin on that carry.
That'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and the Yellow Jackets hoping the ability to sustain a drive here. Last drive, one play on an interception.
And they're not going to get sheepish and not still try to make plays. I mean, they're going to have a chance at winning this game with on the arm of Alex Bloom. So just because that one there, wasn't his fault either. So look for them to continue what they were trying to do with that first possession as they go forward.
Man in motion for the Yellow Jackets. That's Rooney. They're going to hand it off. Straight ahead. That, I believe, was Tristan Larson on the carry. It was. He'll pick up about 3.
Nice job by our guys up front there. He had a nice hole there. We got 3-4 yards there. Tristan was really patient with his run, but if we can put ourselves in these types of situations, that's where we're going to not have those turnovers. If you've noticed this year, Bloom's a much better quarterback in those short yardage spots than if he's in that 3rd and long and he's just trying to make a play. It's hard on any quarterback.
Hand off Larson again, straight ahead. Gets about a yard. One of the things we touched on it a little bit, but our mics are unfortunately muted at the time. Yellow Jackets are without Ashton Detloff tonight. That's been the number one target for most of the year for quarterback Alex Bloom, and they've had a great connection, but he's out tonight.
That was my best broadcasting stuff, too, I was given. That was my A-plus stuff, and I was muted. So, yeah, anytime you don't have Detloff, it's not going to help you out. He's been a major player, mostly just their connection from the start of the year has been really obvious. So that just makes it tough for Bloom.
Dumps
he's
it
had
off.
to look for guys like Tate Zacharias instead.
And dumps it off to Zacharias, and it's a first down on the middle screen there to Zacharias. And when the Yellow Jackets, we touched on throughout the season, running game, not much there this year. That short game, though, kind of counts and works in a way for that running game.
That's a new one. We haven't seen that one there, that little kind of center screen, which sometimes can just put a little bit of more pressure on those linebackers to figure out what's going on. So like that play, certainly nice to get a first down.
Yellow Jackets sends Kudron in motion. Could have been close to moving forward at the snap, but they hand it off to Larson. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Larson with a nice job. He kind of Aaron Jones that one where it looked like he was going to, all those old Vikings running backs would just fall over for a 3-yard loss. What you like about Aaron Jones, he always tries to put you in a manageable spot. That was nice of Larson. He looked like he was beat. He knew right away that hole wasn't there, and so he broke it off and just pushed forward at least to get us, keep us at that 2nd and 10.
Impressive. We made it all the way to 30 seconds in the first quarter without a reference that way, but that's a great analysis there, Kyle. Bloom drops back, fires too strong. Yeah. That looked a little bit like some passes we saw on Sunday. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not saying what game. That one just was airmailed.
If you're talking about the undefeated team that has a bye week, I completely understand. That one, certainly Bloom forced into pressure there. They were, I'm sure with the film and Detloff out, and once they find out Detloff is out, that they know they're going to key and try to keep Tate Zacharias from making plays. And that certainly, they had shifted over their safety. They had bumped him, and that was a lot of traffic for Tate to try to make a play. But Bloom's just trying to find those guys and try to find a new guy to have connection with. 3
receivers left, one to the right side for Bloom, and they're gone. Looks, spins the ball, now rolls. Pressure come. Now he has time to throw. Fires one downfield. It's incomplete. in and out of the hands of Tyrus Kudron, and it drops on a beautiful pass by Bloom, and it'll be 4th down.
And I was just going to say, Tyrus is one of those guys he's just so stinking fast, and that one was almost too easy. It was a floater because he had to kind of throw it across his body. There's nobody inside of him, and all you're thinking of is, can I make this play? And sometimes those are the toughest ones to make. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it, but man, I hope he can get another chance because he certainly is a good football player.
15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets will punt. And it's off the side of the foot, goes out of bounds. Depending on the spot on the sideline, curled around the 40, so it probably went out about the 45, maybe even further. As they're walking it up the sideline, and it's going to say it went out of bounds at the 49.
Yeah, that one was just shanked off the foot. From our angle, it looked like he almost was punting it that way just because of the way the angle it came off of his foot. But that's what you don't want, right? You don't make the play that you got to have, and you go into punt formation, which your shoulders are already going down, but you're hoping to put them in a tough spot. Instead, you don't even give them more than a couple of yards. So got to find a way to make a play. We talked about it in the broadcast. We got to find a way to get a takeaway.
Hubner rolling right, has time, sidearm pass complete. Near side for Ozzie Jerome, and he breaks a tackle, gets to the first down marker. Will be tackled at about the 41. It should be enough for another Tiger first down on the pitch and catch to Jerome. Tate Zacharias there for the tackle. That's the final play of our first quarter with the Tigers leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 7-0. We'll take a quick timeout here on the 549 Media Network.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter here on the 549 Media Network. Morris with the football and the lead. Now as they switch sides of the field, Hubner's going to roll to his left. Fires a sidearm pass again. It's caught by Holman. Holman breaks forward and gets across the 30 down to about the 25, maybe the 27, another 1st and 10 pitch and catch. And Morris is now showing earlier that they would like to run down the middle of the field. Now they're mixing in the pass with this drive.
They just look really comfortable. Games like this, they're probably saying, they kind of came here and said it's a business trip and you're going to just try to make plays, but they just look really comfortable. That is not an easy pitch and catch in high school football, going kind of thrown across your body in an out route, and they just made it look really, really, really easy.
You talk about the business trip. One of the things that a team like this, and you can tell a veteran-laden team, is Hubner spins right, plants, gets sacked, loses the football, and it's a Yellow Jacket turnover. Gavin Griffin brings the pressure, and recovering the football there is Logan Fromuth. And the Yellow Jackets have the ball. Well, what I was going to say, but a great turnover, great job by the Yellow Jacket defense. In fact, I'll save that point for a little later in this game, but what a job there by the Yellow Jacket defense. Griffin coming around the edge, getting to Hubner and knocking the ball loose.
We just need to keep talking about how comfortable they look and how good they are doing out there, and then maybe we'll make those plays. But busting through the line of scrimmage and making a play and getting our offense on the field, it just provides that spark. I'd love for us to go to Tyrus here early to get his confidence up. He's certainly a guy that can make a play, especially with Detloff out of the game.
And they do just that. Kudron on the reception, drives forward, ball comes out, but he's down. You and the coaching staff on the same page with that one, and it's now 2nd and 7. And that's something, veteran move right there. You know the kid had a tough drop. If he wants to make up for it and get his confidence back, you get him the ball right away.
Well, Tyrus is one of those kids too. He's really come a long ways in regards to his self-confidence, and it's grown dramatically. And so for him in the past, missing that play like that, he would maybe really be down on himself on the sidelines. Instead, he was really still shoulders up, and he got the ball right back in again. That's a testament to him and his growth as a kid.
Second down. Yellow Jackets shift closer to the line as Bloom takes a look. Screen possibly, or they just let him through and Bloom takes off. And Bloom will run near the first down marker. It'll be third and short. Nice run there by Bloom to make it 3rd and 2.
And he needs to do that early in the game, even if it's maybe by design and wants to look like a pass. What that can do is keep those safeties thinking and keep them up, and maybe does allow you for that over-the-top throw. If you're just constantly trying to make those plays, those safeties are just sitting there licking their chops. But if they have to think about you getting into the outside, that strong safety in particular has to think about that, and maybe it can open up some of that passing game. Hopefully we can get Gavin Griffin going here too. He hasn't had maybe the year that he's hoped for. Let's maybe get him involved as well, as he certainly can be a playmaker.
Wishbone backfield for the Yellow Jackets. Bloom's going to roll. Pressure coming, flag on the play, and he pitches it forward. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, outside the pocket. I think we're going to have another flag, though. One for holding. And there might be a grounding once they discuss on the far sideline. So that might be thrown later. So it's going to be a loss of down if that is indeed called. Fortunately, our officials aren't mic'd up like they are in the NFL and college. So holding on the Yellow Jackets. Morris will take the holding and make it 3rd and long.
I think they might have rethought that one, or he got close enough to the line of scrimmage, or there's possibly a receiver over there. You know, when he throws it underhand like that, it looks like he's really bailing on the play, but it was pretty darn close to the line of scrimmage, and I think they ended up talking that one through and just sticking with the holding.
Interesting decision by Morris to back him up. Yellow Jackets will take a timeout. We'll take a break with them.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back. Interesting decision by Morris. Sometimes you want to give him decline the penalty, take the play, but it would have been 4th and very short if they would have done that. Instead, they elect to back him up and make it 3rd and 12. It would have been 4th and 2 otherwise.
Yeah, that's always a tricky call. I think you maybe trust your defense to make a play here instead of that 4th and short.
Pressure comes straight ahead. Bloom gets away. Fires, passes, tipped. It is intercepted. Coming down with the football is Tyler Friesen.
Bloom does a nice job evading 2 guys blitzing up the middle and gets to the outside and is able to spin. Tries to make a play, just too many bodies moving with him over there, and a tipped football ends up getting picked. Looking at Bloom's body language, he needs to make sure he keeps his shoulders up here. He's got plenty of time to make plays tonight. He can't let a couple of tough picks lead to more later in the game.
Tyler Friesen with the interception on the pass intended for Zacharias. And the Tigers have great field position. High snap, handoff. That's Mosier plowing forward to about the 37. Mitchell Mosier makes it 2nd down and 6.
We'll call that a gain of 5, which will bring up second down and 5 for the Tigers.
Tigers, after the fumble by Hubner on their last possession, now come out in the gun, started with a handoff to Mosier. He's going to pull back and fire the pass, and it's complete. And making the catch, there's Jack Kehoe, the big target over the middle, and it's a first down. They have a lot of weapons on this Morris offense. And what I was alluding to earlier when you talked about a business trip, they also have a very big game coming up next week when they take on Fergus Falls, which will be for the number 1 seed. It's one of those games you don't want to look too far ahead, but at the same time, you're not going to give away too much in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you just the mind games of high school kids and college kids can go a long ways.
Hubner on the inside. Keep goes to the 20.
You saw that with Alabama. I mean, they pour out all their heart and soul into that Georgia game, and then, I mean, to lose to Vanderbilt, the only nerdy school in all of the SEC, I don't even have any idea how that happens. I have to imagine deep down Nick Saban was probably smiling and reminding everybody how good of a coach he was, because I can't imagine he would ever lose to Vanderbilt.
Handoff, Mosher gets to the corner but gets swarmed under. Coming there to make the play was Tristan Larson. It's enough for a first down for Mosher.
And Tristan did get there, and so did Maddox Swentek. The problem with that is if your linebackers and safeties are making plays, that means they're getting into that spot and getting first down. So nice job of keeping in front, but we need to find a way to get a stop here.
Can't imagine what the evening was like in Nashville after Vandy took that victory over Alabama and stunned everyone. But with the new playoffs, though, that loss really won't hurt them. Hubner drops, fires to the end zone too far for Kehoe. It's incomplete.
Hubner's pass intended for Jack Kehoe was incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
Nashville's a very nice city. You know what's not a nice city?
I'm waiting for it.
Green Bay.
I knew it was coming. I was just going to let you
Green Bay is the I better not say it.
It's a beautiful place.
I was going to make a joke about another Minnesota city, but I better not do that.
It's a beautiful place, the mecca of pro football.
I've been there. I went there for a playoff game, and man, were those 1990s strip malls beautiful.
Pitch outside to Mosher. Swarmed under, gets to the 10 on the right side. Does Mosher.
We're doing a nice job of keeping in front and maintaining our lanes. Sometimes when you have these games and the coaching staff saying, we got to make a play, somebody's got to go do something and find a way to create a turnover, you get a little antsy and get out of yourself. We've done a nice job of not doing that and just kind of keeping them in front. They're driving the football, but it's coming at those 10, 12 play drives and nothing quick.
Keep your eyes on number 10, top of your screen. As Hubner rolls, he's going to keep it himself. This time go to the left side. Gets to the corner. There's a flag on the play. It's a touchdown for Hubner, a 10-yard run, but it appears it's coming back. Flag in the area of holding. You can tell by the lack of celebration from Morris that the penalty's on them and the holding will back them up.
Big opportunity for the Yellow Jackets coming up here. They're going to try to maybe get a chunk play and get themselves in a good spot for fourth down or even find a way to get the first down. But if we can get a stop here, we're really in a good place, and you'll see that energy come back up. You've kind of seen that with the 2 turnovers offensively, our shoulders have went a little down, just a little bit deflated. But somebody makes a defensive player, we get them to go turnover on downs here. Everything seems to change for us.
3rd and 13. Hubner rolls right. Pressure coming. Now fires. It is tipped and incomplete. Yellow Jacket defense put some pressure on. Jack Exey almost got to Hubner, but it's now 4th down as the pass falls incomplete.
Real close with Tristan getting we had 2 guys right there for the pick. He just kind of chucked it up, and Tristan had a great chance at it. He just kind of jumped too early for it, and then it kind of got away from his hands. But a huge play here. It looks like they're going to attempt the field goal, which would be a nice stop for the Yellow Jackets. Maybe we can get a block. We've blocked a number of extra points this year.
The kick from Sato. Snap, spot. It's a high arcing kick. It is good.
And the kick is good. With 7:02 remaining in the second quarter.
Sato hits the field goal. Morris leads 10-0. We'll take a break and come back here on the 549 Media Network.
Don't forget this evening, folks.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Welcome back. Sato's field goal makes it 10-0, but for the Yellow Jackets, a big stop defensively. As Sato will get ready to kick it off.
Kicking off for the Tigers, number 31, Ryan Seidel.
Morris with a 10-0 lead. Yellow Jacket football coming up. 7:02 to go here in the second quarter. Hall of Fame night. A good class being introduced tonight. Rob Mosier, Michelle Reapy, Courtney Johnson, and the 1989 Yellow Jacket football team will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. They'll be introduced to the crowd at halftime. Here's Griffin trying to get away from a few people, and now they're going to be backed up even more as there's a flag on the Yellow Jackets.
Kick return by number 5, Gavin Griffin.
The head linesman has called about, I believe this would be his 5th holding call he's had, which is going to back us up and put us in a non-favorable start. But really for us, it's about maintaining a drive here. Look for maybe some shorter routes early for Bloom to get his confidence going. Jesse knows how to work those things. But we've got guys to go out there and make plays. We got plenty of skilled players. Bloom just needs a little bit more time to find it to those guys so he doesn't have to try to make those hero plays.
The penalty is going to back the Yellow Jackets up inside the 10, right at the 10. Ball on the near hash line. Bloom sends a man in motion. That's Gudrun. They're going to hand it off inside. Larson gets stood up and is met right away there by Hubner. Jonah Hubner on the tackle. About a yard on the play.
Ball carrier, number 4, Tristan Larson.
Tristan
maybe more. Excuse me, sorry, Kyle.
No problem. Tristan has been everything's been kind of bugging him physically. He's been trying to kind of rehab throughout the week. And we've talked about it earlier games. He's the type of guy, he just kind of plays with a reckless abandon in his body. So this time of the year, he's going to be banged up. And so he's had to try to keep himself healthy. And he looks pretty darn good tonight on both sides of the football.
He'll set up shop next to Bloom in the backfield. Bloom. Larson does a good job picking up the blitzer. Now fires a pass, and it's incomplete. Looking along the sideline for Swintek. Coverage on the play by Spur, and it'll be third down.
They had a free release blitz up the middle. Bloom was able to evade it and try to get out to Swentek. Swentek's new in regards to getting passes thrown him out in that corner. He just kind of let that corner push him to the sideline and kind of take him out of the play from the get-go. And he's got to do a better job earlier in that route, getting himself in a position where Bloom can get him the ball.
Nice job, as you said, by Bloom to evade the blitzer, but an even better job, I thought, by Larson to pick him up and give Bloom that extra second. But it's third down 7. Yellow Jackets send a man in motion, flag on the play. They were going to set up a reverse, but it's a false start on the Yellow Jackets.
And those are those deflating plays, right? You've been maybe working on that play all week and saying, hey, we're going to try. I think it was actually a reverse pass that we were about to see. We were about to check out Ty Rooney's arm. But you work on that the whole time, and then you get the full start full start, and now you got to go, well, geez, did they kind of know what was that look? And so now maybe you don't go back to it, and it kind of seems obvious if you do. So puts us in a tough spot, but let's just, try to find a way to get, you don't have to get all of this here. Find a way to get us in a manageable spot, or maybe probably would end up punting, just give us a little bit more space.
Pressure comes. Yellow Jackets pick it up momentarily. Pass far side. It's complete, and it's a first down to the far side for Tyus Coudron. And a big pitch and catch, Bloom to Coudron, and it's a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Slow developing play, but great throw and even better catch on the run. Tyrus it looks to be a weapon tonight and looks to be somebody they're going after.
5:41 to go in our first half. Morris leading by a score of 10-0 if you're just tuning in. Drew Hubner with a touchdown run off a turnover. And then a field goal by Sato. Now Larson on the carry gets swarmed under back to the 20. Keyhole amongst others on that play. And we thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast here on the 549 Media Network. Early start tonight to the Hall of Fame night. They'll be introduced at halftime, and then the banquet ceremony following the conclusion of this game at the Cactus tonight. The receivers right, one to the left. Bloom's going to roll out. Bloom pumps, fires, wide open. Griffin makes the catch at the 40. Now cuts to the far side at the 30. Trying to stiff arm a man forward, but he makes the tackle. Does Andrew Marty, but a big pitch and catch to the 20-yard line for Gavin Griffin on the throw from Alex Bloom.
Bloom keeping that play alive, kind of use his feet and then use his hands to kind of push and tell Griffin where to go. He actually had two receivers kind of in the area. I was wondering which one he was going to go towards. But, yeah, getting Gavin Griffin involved in the offense is, I think, a definite good idea, especially with his length and then also his speed once he gets going. Surprising that he got caught, but he was able to catch it, kind of had to get himself going there, and he's a long stride guy. But puts us in a great spot to maybe put some points on the board.
1st and 10 inside the red zone are the Yellow Jackets. And trips to the right. Bloom rolls. Pressure coming. Holding on the play. Pass complete. Zacharias with the reception at the 15, but it's coming back. Marty makes the tackle. They say holding can be called on every play, and tonight they're proving that to be the case.
Well, that's number 6, Grove. Number 6 with 4:23 left in the first half. And it's not like we can I think that's 4 on Morris and 2 on us, but
I'm just saying the hold in general.
Yep,
that's
you
all
are.
I'm saying.
No, you are correct. Sometime, once again, I better be easy. But, yeah, great play. I mean, things started to work for us. But, yeah, sometimes when you're a little bit outmatched, you're going to find a way to hold a little extra jersey and hope you don't get caught. In that case, he got caught.
Bloom. They set the screen, hot to Larson, but a nice play coming up to break that one up is Jace Klendel. Otherwise, Larson had some room to run.
That's how those screens work, isn't it? You got one guy. You're almost told sometimes this guy's going to be that release guy. You got to find a way to beat him. And that Glendale kid made a fantastic play to stop from a big play because we had nothing but space if he got past him.
2nd down long for the Yellow Jackets. That'd be really huge if the Yellow Jackets can find a way to convert and get some points on this drive after the big pitch and catch by Bloom to Griffin. Bloom's trying to step up. Now fires far side. Leaping forward, Zacharias. It's incomplete. Coverage over there was freezing. He had the interception earlier today. 3rd and 18 for the Yellow Jackets.
And that you've seen tonight with their corners. I mean, if anything in route-wise or route concept-wise, we've kind of had to get it on the perimeter or get it around the line of scrimmage instead of down the field. Their corners are playing excellent so far.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left for Bloom as he takes a look to his right. Now gets the handoff to Larson. Larson loses the football, but he falls right back on it. It's going to be 4th and long.
And you know what Coach Hine was trying to do there, right? They're expecting passing the long. He knows he's going for it on fourth down, and so he's trying to get 10 yards out of that to make fourth and manageable. And instead we, almost turned the ball over, but now put ourselves in a spot where I don't know exactly what you do if you try to pin them deep with the way our defense has been holding, or if you try to, throw something up in the air. Maybe they'll do kind of that, short punt that Bloom's been doing all year, but looks like they might be going for it.
There's going to be a timeout by the Yellowjackets. They broke the huddle with 12. So we'll take a break and come back to the Meinhover Field where the Tigers lead the Yellowjackets 10-0.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have fun for the whole family. Adventureland is open for the littles all year long. Come for open swim and enjoy the pool. Bring it back to the past and try roller skating again Fridays and Sundays. We are now offering an after-school program for kids ages 9 to 12. If you are looking for a fun way to celebrate a birthday, we offer a variety of birthday party options, including pool parties, roller skating, bounce house, and Adventureland. Keep your eyes out for our fun special events on our Facebook page or on our website, permareacommunitycenter.net. Find your fit at the Pack.
Welcome back here to the Ted Meinhover Field in Perham. Hall of Fame night. Yellowjackets coming out of the timeout, trailing this one by a score of 10-0 to the 8th-ranked Tigers.
Really cool thing we have at Perham, too. We don't just have like this kind of cliche, hey, you're in the Hall of Fame and do, have a quick shake of hands and call it good. We do an entire banquet. They get a great plaque. We really, really commemorate them. I went last year. Just an amazing, amazing experience to see people come back from such a long time ago and talk about how what Perham and Perham activities has meant to them.
Plaques posted just outside the Hive. And you see some of the people wearing the yellow jacket tonight. Those are your Hall of Fame members. As Bloom fires downfield looking for Griffin. Griffin with the catch. Touchdown! Gavin Griffin! A 30-yard pitch and catch, and the Yellowjackets strike. Bloom to Griffin for the score.
A lot of times what you do there, Jesse got everybody lined up, seen what they were going to give him, look defensively, calls the timeout and talks them through that play and really pumps them up and finds a way to get 7 points or get 6 points here. But what a great play by the Yellowjackets against a high-quality Morris squad.
Swintex on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is good. Apologize, I didn't get the scoreboard down fast enough, but the kick is good. So it's now 10-7. We'll take a break. We thank you for tuning in. 549 Media Network.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Well, welcome back here. The Ted Meinhover Field, a 30-yard pitch and catch. Gavin Griffin coming down with the ball in the end zone, and the Yellowjackets are back in this game at 10-7.
Great play, one they had to have. Now we got to find a way. One of the things that happens when you get really thin here is you let some of those younger guys, and I notice a lot of them out there right now, on those kickoffs and kick returns just because you're trying to give your defensive and offensive players a break. And sometimes that can come to bite you. So hopefully these young guys can make a play. They only get a few of them per game when it comes to these big special teams moments. So let's find a way to make it happen.
Swintek, low kick off one of the upbacks. Morris has to dive on it. They do. It's Kyle Cease. Cease dives on it. Now it'll be 1st and 10. Good field position, but I've always wondered if that would work, kicking a line drive at an upback. Just deflected the wrong way. That's 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 38. Or 34, excuse me.
That certainly looked like that was the plan, correct?
That's what it looked like from here.
Swintek is kind of crafty like that, too. He's kind of sneaky. I think that was probably what he was going for. I like it.
Old Tecmo Bowl style kickoff. Now the Tigers Huebner drops, has time. He's looking deep for Osmus. Pass incomplete. Hand fighting between Griffin and Osmus, and Griffin wins the battle that time.
Excellent coverage on both sides. Anytime you have it where the receiver doesn't even know that the ball's about to hit him in the head, there was not that much contact there. They're kind of hand fighting there, but just did such a nice job of running with it. He kind of, I'm guessing he sensed that wheel route and him getting outside there early. It was a great pass, but even better defense.
And it'll be second down, 10. For the Tigers after the incomplete pass. Nice play by Griffin after the touchdown as well by him. Huebner, a quick pass near side. It's complete, soft coverage as Ozzie Jerome makes the reception, has the first down to the 45-yard line.
Number 8, Ozzie Jerome. Zacharias in on that tackle.
Zacharias with the tackle. And now no huddle. With 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Huebner fires right, pass complete. That's Allman with a stiff arm. Now Rooney comes in to bring him down, trying to strip the ball free, but it's 1st and 10 as the offense moves quickly again to the 40-yard line. Huebner takes 3 steps, now rolls right. Pressure coming from the backside. He's going to take off with it, makes a man miss. Drive forward, get out of bounds just by the 30 as he picks up about 8 on the play.
Huebner sure looks strong this year. Really comfortable with that run. I think it was Ty Rooney came up to try to make a play, and he just kind of stiff-armed him, really without any loss in stride. So he looks good. I'm guessing as the game goes on, he certainly probably looks for more plays with his legs, just because they have so many weapons that will keep those other players downfield.
Logan Cook with the backside pressure on that one. Handoff this time. Mosier straight ahead. He has the first down. Dragging Yellow Jacket defenders with him forward inside the 25 to about the 23.
In on that tackle, again, number 4, Tristan Larson, helped out by number 20, Maddox Fuente. First down, Tigers.
Timeout situation. Both teams have 2 remaining. Yellow Jackets have 1 remaining. Morris has a full complement. 1:30 on the clock. Huebner looks left. Now pressure comes rolling right. Gook trying to chase him. Gook chases him down. Huebner throws it away.
Huebner flushed out of the pocket, incomplete.
It'll be 2nd and 10.
Bringing the pressure, number 52, Logan Gook.
Gook put a lot of pressure on there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
2nd down and 10 for Morris area.
Yellow Jackets hoping to get a stop with 1:25 to go in the first half. Osmus in motion. Huebner fakes the handoff, pulls it out, fires downfield. The pass is incomplete. Osmus went up, leapt up, but couldn't come down with it in the process of a catch, and it's 3rd down.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Wow, that was is almost kind of broken coverage there, so he had the ability to just kind of lob that up there for the touchdown. Instead, he put that thing on a rope, and I didn't think there was any way he was going to get to it, and then he found a way to get to the ball and looked like he had it all the way through, but he didn't finish the catch like Terrell Owens.
Huge 3rd down here. Huebner, quick pass complete. That's Osmus. But the Yellow Jackets swarm him quickly. Clock at 1:10 and counting. 4th down coming up. And just like that, on this big 4th down, Morris calls timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back here on the 549 Media Network.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back. Big fourth down here with 1:07 to go.
I was trying to jab you there, Growth, with the Des Bryant catch. That was certainly a catch, and I accidentally said Terrell Owens. So maybe I need to lighten up on my Packers jabs because now I'm so focused on them that I'm missing players.
It's kind of like a team that you follow. They start strong, but as the game wears on, they just fade. As the season wears, they'll fade.
Fourth down for the Tigers.
Big fourth down here for the Tigers. Yellow Jacket defense hoping to get a big stop. Huebner rolls to his left. Now the pressure coming. He gets free. Fires to the corner for Kehoe. It is. There's no signal. Kehoe thinks he's got it. It's a touchdown. Jack Kehoe comes down with it.
Touchdown pass from Huebner.
They talked a long time on that. He looked to the back judge to see, hey, what did you see there? And I think the back judge said, well, you were right in front of the play. What'd you see? And he thought about it for a while. It looked, we were about as far away as you can, but it looked like he was probably in bounds when he had it. But really, really tough play for the Yellow Jackets there at the end of the half. But he threw it up there. He had to do it, and they were able to make a play.
With 54.9 seconds to go, Saito for the extra point. Now it's a design two-point conversion. Running to the outside with the football, getting across the goal line is Andrew Marty, and the 2 point is good.
Andrew Marty with 54.9 seconds.
So now it is Morris 18, Perham 7, and we'll take a break.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together. Everybody knows everybody. You know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Welcome back. Tough drive there, ends in 6 as Kehoe falls with the ball in the end zone after a bit of a discussion. It is a catch, or ruled a catch, and it's now 18-7 after a 2 point conversion.
You can see Coach Robertson right now. I mean, he just did everything he could in his power to get that defense off the field, and they've made a number of plays, and then you get them to scramble, and we break what they were trying to do. The ball was supposed to come towards us on a route, but we were able to, I think it was actually Cash that was able to break that up and get him to force a turn around. And he makes just the toss-up at the last second, and we feel like we're right there, but that's just kind of been our season. Right when you're on the brink of making that play, you go from, going in at 7-10, feeling really comfortable, to now that 18-7. So got to find a way to make a play here and there, but it's just kind of a repeat of what this season's been for us.
54.9 seconds to go. The Yellow Jackets have one timeout. Kick goes Griffin at the 10. Breaks up middle. And the Tigers were waiting as he crosses the 25 to the 27. So 47 seconds to go exactly in the second quarter. And the question now, if you're the Yellow Jackets, do you try to force something here when the clock stops until the change of reset on first downs, and you have one timeout? In the back pocket, you get the ball to start the second half.
I think you see what you can do with this play. I think if the first down play has some positivity to it, you maybe try to keep it going. Morris has 2 timeouts left. It still would be tough for them to drum anything up. But you just got to kind of see how this first possession or this first play goes.
Yellow Jackets going to hand it off. That's Carson Zeise on the carry.
Yeah, you wonder, too, what Morris is going to do. It looks like they're comfortable after getting that last touchdown of letting it go to the half as well.
We'll call that a gain of 5 for the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets to the line. Bloom's going to let the clock run down now, come under center. And hand it off. Zeise gets swarmed under the backfield, and that will do it for the first half. So at the half, the Tigers will take an 18-7 lead into the break on Hall of Fame night here at the Ted Meinhover Field in Perham. We'll take a break, come back with more on the 549 Media Network.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back here to the Ted Meinhover Field, where we're at halftime. In just a few moments, we'll have our Hall of Fame inductees being introduced, and we'll take a look at them as they float through our screen right now. The Hall of Fame class featuring Rob Mosier, the 1989 football team, Courtney Johnston, as well as Michelle Reapy, who is the class that is being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. They're all coming off the trolley and onto the track here tonight as we get that locked in and ready to go for this presentation, which we're just moments away from starting. We will turn ourselves down, turn our crowd mic up, and let you listen into everything once that gets going. But, Kyle, an interesting first half. Drew Huebner's just made some big plays. Both quarterbacks have made some plays tonight, but Huebner with a big one on a touchdown run, and then that late pass there at the end.
That's what when you talk about the games and how they end up going, when you look at this and you're saying at the beginning of the game, oh, we got to make plays, and it doesn't start going, well for you right away, you don't want to then just chalk it up to, okay, I got to keep making some crazy play to get back in it. We've done a lot of good things, and we've talked about this over and over and over again, where it hasn't been one of those seasons where it's 35 donut at halftime. We've been grinding and pushing, and it's just those little plays here and there just haven't happened. We've been really close to really high-quality football teams at halftime coming in tied or even up, and tonight's just has been the same thing.
We'll send it down now to trackside as Mike Peterson is introducing the Hall of Famers.
Class of 1978, Bob Shepard. Class of 1968, Daryl Carstens. Class of 1979, Ray Saylor. Class of 1967, Bob Sealing. Class of 1973, Dan Sealing. Class of 1978, Dan Schrader. Class of 1963, Ed Winjum. Class of 2000 is class of 2000 Brianna Adams. Class of 1975 of Fred Saylor. All right. And class of 1990 Charlie Nelson. Did I miss anybody? Think we're good? Class of 1990 Danny Meyer. So after this tonight, we're going to be at the Cactus. So come on out. It's going to be a 1-hour program. Right after the game should be a lot of fun. And the train should be just about done here. All right. So this year's Hall of Fame inductee class. And if they come on out front here when I call them, we'll start with Courtney Johnston. Courtney, come on out. Courtney also a Hall of Famer in her gymnastics team. Courtney was a 4-time state champion. She was a 2-time state floor champion, state champion in the uneven bars, and the all-around 2-time state all-state elite, which means she was in the top 5 gymnasts in the entire state. She did that twice. 4-time state team champions, 4-time all-state, 2-time all-state honorable mention. She's got 9 state individual medals, and she has 13 medals total along with her team medals, and has done some club gymnastics coaching, lives in Jacksonville, Florida at this time, and congratulations to Courtney Johnson into our Hall of Fame. Next up, Michelle Reapy. Michelle from the class of 1986. She was a captain in cross country, basketball, and track. Went to state in the 300-meter hurdles. She was the Section 6A 300-meter hurdle champion, District 23 300-meter hurdle champion, District 23, also the Heart Lakes Conference record holder in the 300-meter hurdles. She held Perham High School records in the 100-meter hurdles, 300-meter hurdles, and the long jump, which took us 35 years to break. They were good, very good marks for sure in times. And then she ran at NDSU in her career. She ran the 400-meter hurdles at NDSU. Currently has done some coaching in club coaching and track at Highlander. And she's from Kalispell, Montana now, and works at a bank there. Congratulations to Michelle Reapy. Rob Mosier, yep. Many of you had him in social studies. There'll be a quiz tonight. But Rob Mosier, coached for Perham from 1995 to 2019, 18 years as a head coach. He has 6 state individual champions, 16 state finalists, 49 state place winners, coached 126 state wrestling entrants, 12-time section team champions, 9-time state team place winners, 2-time state runner-up, career record of 425, 99, and 1 for an 80% winning percentage. He was voted the 2 times Minnesota State Coach of the Year, 8 times Section Coach of the Year, 8 times they won the Heart of Lakes Conference. He also coached 7 NCAA All-Americans, 3 Division I NCAA wrestlers, taught social studies in Perham for 24 years, currently employed at KLN, and we'll give you Rob Mosier into our Hall of Fame. Lastly, we have our 1989 football team. And as I call their name, if they just step forward, come on all the way out here to the yellow jacket. First off, Fred Saylor, a coach. Charlie Nelson. Donnie Braun. Drew Sandberg. Tony Paul, a coach. Ross Deeger. John McEachran. Joe Hoffman, Aaron Meyer, Dean Johnson, Chad Hoopmacher, Mike Kunza, Robert Jensen, Justin Helmke, Joe Berg, Kurt Meyer, Trevor State, Mike Kowaleski, John Tater, Jeff Houston, Luke Kruger, Danny Meyer, and the family of Dave Holzer. Dave Holzer's family, that's great. So this is the 35th anniversary of this state football team. And this was an incredible ride, it really was. State runner-up, lost in the state finals in a great game to Gibbons Fairfax Winthrop, 27-15. They set 2 Prep Bowl records that day. Charlie Nelson returned a kickoff 91 yards, the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and then threw a 90-yard touchdown pass to John Tater, was the other state record. But more importantly, I think the real thrill came in getting to the Metrodome. State semifinals, they're up in Deer River. Not an exaggeration. The game time temperature was 5 below. 6 to 8 inches of snow on the field. That's why we play the semifinals indoors nowadays. But kicked a field goal to win the game 10-7 over the #1 ranked Deer River. In the quarterfinals before that game, same thing. Little nicer weather down in the cities. Beat De La Salle 10-7 on a field goal kick again by Danny Meyer. They won the section finals by beating Breckenridge 28-2. Beat Frazee in the semifinals 49-6. Had 12 wins. That's always a good one, exactly. Had 12 wins in that game. Aaron Drummond, all-state tackle for Perham. Captains were Charlie Nelson, John Tater, and Mike Kowaleski. And again, 35th anniversary on a really Cinderella ride to the finals of the state football championships. And congratulations, our 1989 football team into our Hall of Fame. And again, if you don't have anything tonight, come on out to the Cactus. We're going to start about 8:45 and have a nice program for about an hour and just socialize after that. I'd like to thank everybody, to all of our Hall of Famers. And I guess it's trolley time again. We got to get a Yellow Jacket victory here. Let's go. It's close.
Well, always a neat ceremony when they honor the inductees to the Hall of Fame here at the Perham Hall of Fame. And you look at the history that's on the field tonight and just what they've done for the Yellow Jackets, it's outstanding.
It's nice for young players, too, to kind of see the lasting legacy of it. And you know, you never want to say, like, you know, athletics is everything in high school, but you do create a camaraderie and a way of doing things that lasts for a long time. So for those younger guys, particularly, you know, underclassmen or guys that are looking up, saying, hey, maybe we can be one of those teams someday that gets to ride in on the trolley and be celebrated. And it's crazy when you think about even Mike Peterson going back and having easy, vivid memories of those games when it happened 35 years ago. So congratulations to Reed and the rest, Reed and the teams and whoever else. Who else do we got?
Courtney Johnson, Michelle Reapy, and Rob Moser, as well as the 1989 football team being inducted tonight, as we'll run through those one more time here on your screen. And another unique thing is their plaques will go up in the hallways at Perham High School, where as you come into the gym, depending on what door you enter, you see them in that hallway, kind of the Hall of Fame hallway now. It's pretty unique to see. And here's tonight an opportunity. A lot of the Hall of Fame members that are already in come back tonight for this ceremony, and it's a way for people to put faces to the names that they see in the plaques as well, in that younger generation.
Yeah, and that's once again why we just really take ourselves seriously here, and that's what I've always really enjoyed. You go through there, you got all those Hall of Fame plaques, and then at the end you have the big touch screen that allows you to really go into any of those yearbooks, any of those activities, go back and see some of those. So you don't just have to tell your kids, hey, this is what happened. You can go back and show them some of those things, and it just creates that culture of once a Yellow Jacket, always a Yellow Jacket.
And with that, we'll take a break, come back with your second half on the 549 Media Network.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a fifth generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back once again. Ted Meinhover Field here at the complex of Perham Schools, where the Yellow Jackets trail Morris area by a score of 18-7 at the end of the first half. Taking a look at some scores throughout the area as we load up our score feed app, and not too many to report. A couple of games last night, which featured Detroit Lakes knocking off Little Falls 21-20, and DGF knocking off East Grand Forks by a score of 45-6. Barnesville, though, at the end of the first half with Crookston, they lead 64-0. In a battle between Pelican Rapids and Roseville, it's 21-16. Pelican Rapids, Ollie up on War Road 27-6, and Staples Motley leading New York Mills 8-0. Some of those games later starts than ours that started at 6. But some good football action to be had. Still here, 24 minutes to decide a winner between the Tigers and the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Yellow Jacket ball to start the third quarter. Scoring in that first half, it was a 2-yard run by Hubner that made it 7-0, then a Saito field goal. Then on fourth down, Gavin Griffin with a leaping catch from Alex Bloom made it 10-7, but then Hubner found Kehoe in the end zone. The 2-point conversion was good. The score is 18-7, and that's where we stand right now, starting the third quarter. Both teams had time in the locker room, made some adjustments as they get ready to go for this one. Coudron, Griffin, Larson, all about back at the 20 and the 10 to await the kick from Sato, who's going to line it up from the right hash. A big return here would be nice, and cut into this lead quick with the big one. As Saito will kick. Saito with the kick. That's a short one. Yellow Jackets goes out of bounds. A good break for the Yellow Jackets. I was noticing not on the return team that time was Gavin Griffin. He was getting checked out here on the sideline. Yellow Jacket football at the 35.
That's just as good as a good run, a good return. But one of the things to keep in mind, it's substantially colder than it was at the beginning of the game, and neither of these teams have played in any sort of cold weather because it's been so nice. So as we get down here in the lower 50s, sometimes that you're not used to it and haven't had any reps in the cold. Maybe look for that ball to come loose a couple of times. Hopefully we're ready for it.
Bloom in the gun with the back to his right. That's Larson. Send Kudron in motion. He gets the handoff. He cuts it up, back against the green, gets to the line of scrimmage, and then swarmed back under at the 34. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Tyrus had a great opportunity to just kind of get upfield and maybe gain 4 or 5 yards there, but was trying to make the big play and starts – with his speed, that's probably what coaching staff wants, but when you do that, you also leave yourself vulnerable to getting tackled for a loss or even a no gain when it probably could have been easy gain of 5.
Bloom in the gun. Morris brings pressure, handoff straight ahead, Larson. He gets swarmed under and stood up after gaining about a couple of yards.
Look for them to maybe go with some sort of trick play or something they've been working on. You know that when you're playing a Morris squad and you're 1-5, that throughout the week they worked on some tricky stuff or some things that maybe that Morris hasn't seen yet. So this is maybe be one of those good opportunities. Try to get the crowd into it early in the second half of the big play. So I wouldn't be shocked to see something funky.
2 receivers left, one to the right side, Bloom in the gun. Fakes the handoff, pressure straight ahead, pass over the middle, complete. Maddox, Swintek, first down, Yellow Jackets.
What a great catch by Swintek. Man, there was a lot of bodies there, and you know you're going to get shellacked when you catch that ball. And really, he seemed to be the only one in a route, too, for the defensive focus on. So for him to just kind of make sure he gathered the ball, it looked like from our end, like maybe almost he fumbled, but I think he just held it the whole time. It just almost was one of those plays you expect it to happen because there were so many bodies ready to take him out.
Down at the 48 was Swintek. It's a first down for the Yellow Jackets. Handoff, right side, Larson gets swarmed under, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That front from Morris is making it really tough for the Yellow Jacket ground attack, but Larson continuing to try to grind forward and move forward with the football. Second down for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left side. Stacked on each side. And a flag for a false start.
The middle linebacker bluffed a blitz there, and it got, I think, our guard to flinch. He didn't really even flinch. He just kind of rocked because he was waiting for the play to start, and we just can't have those mistakes, but kind of a nice work by the middle linebacker, number 22, to kind of deke his way to a blitz. And that's kind of, they've been blitzing up the middle a lot, or at least sending one of those backers a lot of those passing downs. So not a shock that our offensive lineman's trying to find a way to get a chip on it early, and then if the ball doesn't get snapped, we're going to see that. But got to find a way to get something positive here.
Bloom fires the pass through traffic, incomplete. Intended for Ramos. Contact, I thought, from our vantage point might have been there early, but it's incomplete. Third down. In there was Osmus.
I think that it was, what happened was it was maybe a tad early, and that's what it ended up still hitting him in the hands, but the contact, it kind of got him off his spot and made him drop the football, but really close. That's a bang play. It's tough to call a penalty on that, but tough spot puts us in this 3rd and 14.
They also don't have the benefit of the aerial view that we have up here on that type of stuff as Griffin moves in motion. Bloom fires a pass. It's complete on the screen. That is Larson across midfield. Gets across the 50 to the 47.
What we're seeing here, Growth, is the adjustment. They're blitzing these linebackers, and it's 3rd and forever, and they know they're going to blitz a linebacker. So in that case, they ran kind of a little screen and a little slip play for for Tristan Larson, and he had one guy to beat again. It's just Morris has found a way to get that one tackle from us breaking that one loose, but puts us in something manageable. Looks like we're going to go for it.
That was going to be my next question in this territory. Early third quarter with 8:15 to go. Fourth down and about 7 for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to go for it. They're at the Tiger 47. Bloom looks, plants, fades the fire to the far side for Zacharias. Incomplete. Broken up on the far side by Tyler Friesen on the pass intended for Zacharias. And the turnover on downs will give it back to Morris.
Tough play there. Ball was thrown in a pretty good spot there. Kind of another one of those bang-bang plays. I think in that case, you just got to kind of give credit to the defense and the corner, getting his hands up and just making sure that the ball wasn't caught.
Friesen's had a nice game for Morris here. He's got the pick earlier. He's got a couple of pass breakups, including that one. And now Morris area, as you said earlier today, kind of a business trip, and here's a chance to shut the case if they would like with a drive here on this business trip as Mosier drives straight ahead across the 50 all the way down to the 46-yard line. Makes it second down and 4 for the Tigers here as we're in the third quarter from the Ted Meinhover Field Hall of Fame night. 3 members and a team inducted into the Hall of Fame. They'll be celebrated later tonight at the Cactus with a banquet celebration there later tonight. Huebner pitch, Mosier to the edge, gets slowed up and gets maybe a yard on the play, but a nice job by the Yellow Jacket edge on the far side to slow him up.
Yeah, Ty Rooney made the right play there. He just kind of maintained his spot there. He did get a hand on him and almost got the solo tackle, but more than anything, they're taught, hey, you don't have to try to make the hero play there. Just make sure they break inside and push inside. So nice job by Ty to get him in this kind of 3rd and 5-ish spot. And we got to find a way to get a stop. We have to find a way to get something negative for Morris.
Huebner is going to keep himself after pulling it out of the breadbasket. Now he's got room to run. He breaks through the Yellow Jacket defense inside the red zone, down to about the 18 on a big run there by Drew Huebner. And 1st and 10 for the Tigers after the big run by Huebner. All the way down. They eventually say he's down at the 18.
Camera's getting a little wobbly, so I apologize for that. I'm working on it here, but you and I talked about it. That's the tricky part with this team. They go back like that, and Huebner's just such a quality runner. Really runs without really a ton of worry on getting tackled. It just looks stronger than most of our guys.
Pitch to the left side. Osmus lowers his shoulder inside the 10. That's going to be 1st and goal. Excuse me, that's Kai Seuss. Swentek on the tackle. It's going to be 1st and goal. And this could be the early dagger for Morris.
Yeah, it's just tough with the way their defense has been playing. We made the one big play, but other than that, they're kind of good on up front and on the back end.
Huebner sends Mosier in motion. He's going to keep it as he rolls, fires off balance, incomplete, looking for the other Osmus. That was Riley Osmus who he was looking for.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you can't always use the sidearm. You use the sidearm, sometimes you're going to end up, short hopping some of those throws, and it's just hard if you're not going to step and throw to get out there. But I think in that case, there wasn't a ton of room for him to get the football. We had it pretty well covered. You saw that with A-Raj in London. Just did not look good. Looked like his old Packer days.
Handoff left side. Mosier. Gets inside the 5. And spotted right at the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal.
You want to see the Yellow Jackets maintain their spots here. If you have to give up a yard or two, that's fine. You just don't want to give up the touchdown. So Don't over-pursue on any of these plays. Just find a way to get to the quarterback and hold him in there, because I'm guessing he's probably going to keep it.
Hands it off left side. Mosier again. Marked down at the 1. And it's going to be 4th and goal.
Down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal for the Tigers.
So a big play here for the Yellow Jacket defense. With 4:40 to go, third quarter. Trailing by 11, it's 4th and goal.
This is what makes Morris so tough here. You think, most teams you're just going to assume are going to do something up the middle here. They just have so many options for what they can do offensively here that it's tough to kind of sell your soul one way or the other.
I'm calling a Huebner rollout, but first, before we have that opportunity, we have a timeout called by the Tigers. We'll take it with them as they think things over, and we'll thank one of our sponsors here in the 549 Media Network.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back here. 4th down coming up. We'd like to thank all our broadcast sponsors for making these games possible. We'd like to thank United Community Bank, KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Chivers Realty, Lakes Ace Hardware, New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, as well as the Perham Area Community Center. 4th and goal. Huebner to Mosier on the handoff, and Mosier's in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown by number 25, Mitchell Mosier.
And that's just we've been talking about this all season, growth. It's not as if we're not putting ourselves in spots. That's another 4th down conversion for Morris, where we're right there. I think that's our third 4th down conversion that they've had that they've converted, and we've had one that we've been able to stop. So it just we're making things tough. We just haven't been able to finish the job.
Side out for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick. A high one is good.
The kick is good.
That will make it 25-7, and we'll take a quick timeout.
Tigers 25, Yellow Jackets 7.
Welcome back to the Ted Meinhover Field. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Next week, we'll be live here on Saturday night. Well, one of us will be here on, my way of saying Saturday, I meant Wednesday. I was thinking, well, college football tomorrow night.
Oh,
we'll be here Wednesday night.
No, Wednesday night. And you told me last night that this would be the end. I kind of got Robert solid here, so I won't be with you next Wednesday, but it was fun. I'm glad I had contractually, you had to let me work with you tonight.
I believe there might be a renewing of that contract, hopefully for the postseason, but we'll have to discuss that later. As we get ready to go, Saito with another kick. Fumbled there at the 15, now scooped up by Griffin. Cuts up field, tries to break a couple tackles, does. Makes something out of nothing, gets just shy of the 30, and a nice return by Griffin.
Nice job by Griff there. Sometimes that kind of helps. They start to smell blood and get out of their lanes because they think there might be a loose ball, and so they're able to break over. All you really had to do was break one tackle, but it's really to fight and scratch and claw, not to put us in a really tough spot. Was a nice job by them.
We have an injured player on the field for Morris area, so with that, we'll step away.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back. The injured Tiger is locked off under his own power, so that's good to see as we come back to live action. Yellowjackets in a man in motion. Bloom's going to roll out now. Bloom looking downfield now. He's going to step and throw it near side, incomplete. In the area was Ramos, but I think Bloom was just trying to get rid of it.
Bloom's pass is incomplete, matter of bounds by number 10.
Riley Osmus in the area. They'll bring up second down for the Tigers, or for the Yellowjackets, for the Tiger defense.
And this is when the Morris Tigers can just kind of pin their ears back and go towards the quarterback and make life even harder on Bloom, just because we know we're in a spot now where we got to make plays in a hurry. And so they also know that. You're seeing maybe go with less of some of those blitzes and just let those defensive ends go flying at them and then make them try to make plays.
Bloom looks right now. He's going to take it down and run up the middle. He's going to lower his shoulder, plow through a defender, get close to the yard line, but lose the football. And it is Morris football. On his way down to the ground, the ball came loose, and Morris recovers.
I think he was maybe looking to stretch his arms out there to get the first down and ended up getting, punched out. Unfortunate, because it was a decent play to get us going.
Tigers ball at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Tiger offense at the 34 of the Yellowjackets. 3:46 to go, third quarter. Handoff, Alex Osmus to the left side. Gets to the 30 where he picks up 4.
Ball carrier for the Tigers, number 4, Kyle Cease.
Apologize again, that's Cease. I keep screwing up Osmus and Cease. Alex Osmus and Cease all night.
Which one of these squads were the ones we've had between them and Fergus? Which one do you, if you're looking at kind of how this shakes out, which one do you seem to be the better team?
I'm liking Morris's balance overall. Pitch outside of the right side, Cease again. Breaks an ankle tackle, but there's a flag on the far side of the field as Cease breaks deep in the Yellowjacket secondary inside the 10, but we'll see what the flag is. I think the line up front for Fergus, I give them the advantage there on the size and their line. But Bethel, I think they're both great quarterbacks, but I think Bethel's more dynamic and athletic than compared to Huebner. I mean, it's almost my guess it's a last possession game.
Yeah, I think I guess I'll go down to this. I think if you have to pick a team, it's going to be cold, right? So you got to kind of look at that team that's maybe able to grit a little bit more. I think this Morris team has more ways to win when it gets really cold and maybe windy and it's not so nice out and the grass isn't as green. And I just think this team has the ability to win in different ways, although, like you said, Bethel is incredibly dynamic, but I've really been impressed with Morris's quarterback as well. So we've been kind of in each broadcast kind of hinting at that matchup. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes, but they're going to definitely it'll definitely be a good game.
We have a timeout for an injured Yellowjacket on the far side of the field. As they tend to him, we'll take a quick timeout.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together. Everybody knows everybody. You know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have something for everyone. Let us help you reach your fitness goals, connect with others, or just have a little fun. We offer a state-of-the-art weight room, weight resistance and cardio machines, and inspiring spin studio. If walking is your preference, our walking track is just the thing for you. We have over 20 fitness classes offered weekly. Yoga, Zabit, Strength, and Senior Fit, those are just a few. Our aquatic center is equipped with a 6-lane lap pool, kiddie pool, and water slide. Adults can relax in the sauna and hot tub. We also offer water fitness classes and open swim for the family. Find your fit at the Pack. We'd love to have you here.
Well, the injured Yellow Jacket was Tristan Larson. See a nice round of applause as he came off the field. I think to continue that discussion, both these teams are also used to playing on turf. The game's at Fergus Falls, so that takes away one advantage.
Bring up second down, and we'll call it 16.
Without making a call, I almost give the edge to Fergus in my side of things. Hubner, quick pass. Osmus completes. He breaks the tackle, spins forward, has the first down. But you look at these two, Hubner to Osmus, they could change the game.
Yeah,
either way.
I think it's going to be one of those really big, memorable high school football games that I think you're going to see just a crazy, depending on the weather, how cold it is. But if it's even reasonable for people to go out, I think that's a game that, geez, I think anybody would want to go to and go check out. It's just two really high-level teams with a lot of veteran football players.
Handoff. C straight ahead, plows forward, has another first down for the Tigers. Well, you're looking at the weather forecast for Perham on Wednesday night, high of 60, low of 36, so it's going to be ideal football weather here.
I'll be in Florida thinking about you, Growth. If you want me to do the broadcast from I can't do it from the beach in St. Pete's because I don't think that's going to be manageable, but I could maybe do it from Disney World.
We can find a way to maybe wire you in and remote broadcast and see how that works. 1st and 10, we have another stoppage and a timeout by the Yellow Jackets.
Timeout, Perham.
With 2:16 to go in the third quarter, Morris leads 25-7. We'll take a break.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back again to the Ted Meinhover Field. We thank you all for tuning in. We'd like to thank our broadcasters, yes. We'd like to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. United Community Bank, KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Jevers Realty, Lakes Ace Hardware, New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, and well as the Perham Area Community Center. And also, shortly, McCall Construction will be joining on board. And we thank them for their support of Yellow Jacket activities here on the 549 Media Network. As they come back, Hubner fires a pass over the middle. It's complete for a touchdown. Pitch and catch, hauling it in, Jackson Holman.
That's kind of the epitome of their squad. That just looked really, really easy for a high school football game. Holding that running back in for a long time, waiting for everything to break through, and then just throwing a dart down the middle of the field and made it look really easy. So they've kind of started to hit their stride here, minus those couple of turnovers. That turnover that gave us a little bit of life, and it's ever since that touchdown late in the second half, or late in the first half, it's been all Morris Tigers.
Saito to kick again. And it's good. Makes it 32-7 here in the third quarter with 2:11 to go. As the Tigers starting to, as you said, Kyle, I thought you said it great earlier in that first half, business trip. They didn't look past to Fergus Falls. They're taking care of business tonight.
Yeah, it's just been I've been really impressed with their defense as well. They aren't, they don't look like they come flying up and make a ton of plays or ton of sacks. I don't even know if they have a sack tonight, but they've just really looked good on the back end with their corners, and they've just been really sure. And that's when it comes to what they've been offensively and defensively all year. I'm trying to look here. 37 points a game and 15 points given up. That's just, you got to be good on both sides. So credit to their coaching staff. They're very well coached and disciplined, and it's been kind of fun to watch them do their thing. Unfortunately, at the hands of our Perham Yellowjackets.
Cyrus Krudrin, Tate Zacharias back to return. Saito to kick again. He's had a nice night. And that's a weapon that many teams that we've seen this year don't have is the kicker, and Saito has had some nice boots. Hit one field goal tonight. He's been strong on his extra points, and that's why it's 32-7. Part of it.
He's not a very big guy either for as far as he can kick it.
He's shown a variety of kicks on the kickoff tonight. Another line drive kick, and that one is going to roll and go down to the 1 yard line, and that's where it's picked up by Zacharias. And he gets swarmed under, and the special teams unit by Morris with an outstanding play, and the Yellow Jackets are pinned back at their own 4.
That's such a tough play for Tate Zacharias. He's praying that thing keeps going into the end zone for a touchback, and it just kind of spun at the 2, and then he picks that thing up and looks up after picking it up with 2, and he's got about 5 white jerseys right after him. So there's just not much you can do. Advance it as much as you can, but really a great kick by them, and just a lot of bad luck that's involved with that as well.
Then we thank you for tuning in. Hall of Fame night celebration will continue for the Hall of Famers as they're inducted tonight at the Cactus following the conclusion of this game. Pressure comes straight ahead. Bloom will run right side, gets swarmed under.
Quarterback keeper by Bloom.
Was trying to give space. Is Bloom and the Yellow Jacket offense as they're pinned back. Been a strong night for this Morris squad. It's 2nd and 10. And a tough pass there.
They've been looking for that route. That's, I think, the 3rd time we ran that play, and each time those safeties are sitting back there, that we, just waiting for that pass to take place. And if they looked in that post route, they've jumped it. That play time, he had a really good chance for a pick 6, but just was able to knock it down. Maybe try something where you go over the top and just let loose, but that hasn't been able to happen because Bloom's been running for his life a lot of the night.
Stacked receivers for the Yellow Jackets. Bloom gets the snap. Now he's going to take off to his left, fire off balance, pass complete. Zacharias open. Now cuts all the way back to the near side of the field, gets a block almost, and now breaks free and gets tackled by Osmus, but it's a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
What Bloom did really nicely there is he needed to open that window for Zacharias, so he really stared at the other receiver on the far side, holding him and keeping him towards the sideline, and then held his feet and snapped it right back to Tate. But that was all Bloom there in manipulating those safeties. So keep trying those different types of plays. You can see even after the play there, Tate's trying to find a way to break something loose, but nice to still make sure you get the first down.
1st and 10 at their own 19. Bloom will work in the gun. Pressure shown by Morris. They bring it. Bloom avoids it for the moment. Now fires near sideline. Pass incomplete, I believe. Intended on the near sideline. Looked like it was intended.
I think
it was Ramos.
I think we caught that.
Oh, it is complete. Johnny Ramos makes the catch.
Yeah, that was a tough one for us to see. I mean, it looked like all the white jerseys were screaming that it was incomplete, but I don't know. That was a great play.
Ramos makes the catch. Now Bloom looks, pulls it down. Now the pocket collapses and he gets sacked.
Yeah, you're seeing them start to learn. You're seeing those ends start to learn a little bit. Instead of trying to chase Bloom down, which is just not going to happen, you got to try to catch the chicken. And in that case, both of them kind of had it and collapsed the pocket, and Bloom had nowhere to go. And I believe that's their first sack of the night, although they've been in the backfield most of the night.
And that is the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here, and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Well, welcome back. So we head to the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jackets have third down. Trailing this one 32-7. Bloom looks, now rolls, fires near side. It hangs up there, but Zacharias with the reception. Now stops, gets thrown down by Ozzie Jerome on the tackle, but Bloom finds Zacharias for the big gain.
And that's really what you want to see. Growth is you know, you're 1-5 and the game's not going your way again. It's the start of the fourth quarter. You can go a lot of different ways. You always have an option as a student and a student athlete of which way you want to go here. And to see these guys keep being resilient is really fun to watch. It's still trying to find a way to make plays, knowing you're probably not winning the football game.
Bloom drops back. Pressure comes from the outside now. Bloom rolls right, directs traffic, throws downfield, but no one came back. It's incomplete.
One thing I'll say about that Fergus game, though, I don't think that Morris is going to be able to blitz these linebackers as much as they have been tonight. I mean, Bethel is, if he can get into that open field and there's no linebackers there because they were both blitzing, he's going to go crazy. So, yeah, I am really interested to see how that game goes.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it from the beaches, Florida.
What's left of them.
It's been an interesting couple of weeks along the shore there and throughout the state as Bloom will hand it off. And that was Red Wells. They brought the blitz again. And in there right away, I believe, was Jonah Hubner, as Zize was the ball carrier.
It just makes it tough if you can't run the ball consistently. And we do. We have really talented receivers. When Detloff's in there, we got a really talented end, and we got, I think, one of the better quarterbacks out there. But when the team is scouting and you're kind of one-dimensional, it's hard. It's hard in any sport. And this year we've just kind of seen it. He's thrown for a lot of yards, but when they can sit back and watch, you're going to see interceptions and other plays take place.
Bloom rolls right, pressure comes. Nice chip by Larson to pick it up. Pass complete. Zacharias across the far side and out of bounds for a first down.
And one of the things that Bloom does nicely, too, is he can sense that blitz, and so the blitz is coming off the right side, and he just shifts and just pushes that way and gets away from it naturally. It's not like something where he goes, oh, there's a blitz, and then he's got to try to make a play. He naturally feels that, but that really comes with as being a veteran quarterback, and he's been in so many football games as a starting quarterback that it really comes natural to him.
Quick pass. Goudreau makes the catch. Gets across the 30 and is finally swarmed under. Brought down on the play by Friesen. Make it second and about 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Score update on the pond. BSU and St. Cloud State scoreless in the first.
I'm sure the one other person on the planet that cares about that score is excited to hear you say that, Grove.
Well, spoiler alert, it's a big one. Big rivalry.
BSU and St. Cloud State hockey?
Yes, college hockey.
I know,
actually.
I'm just joking. I just don't know anything
going.
about it.
Well, we know there. As Bloom is going to cut through, go to the left side. Swarmed under to about the 26.
We are the state of hockey. I need to watch what I say.
Should say a couple of Perham alums had a big day last weekend with Northern State knocking off Bemidji State in football action. Colton Hackle with a touchdown in that game. Jordan Hine, the offensive coordinator, in that upset for Northern State, and that was huge for the Wolves.
Yeah, that was really cool to see. We're in a pretty good spot here, Growth. You got third and manageable. We know we're going to be going for it on fourth. It kind of opens up the playbook a little bit for the Yellow Jackets.
Handoff goes to Zeiss. He's trying to get to the outside, but he gets slowed up at first by Seuss and spun down.
And that's a young running back there, a sophomore. He's got to not try to kick that. He's got to get downhill. It was third and 4, and that hole was there, but he was trying to make the big play, and instead of getting his head downfield and trying to gain as many yards as he could to put us in that fourth, I mean, even if he doesn't get the first down, it's 4th and 3 or 4th and 2. Instead tries to break it out and puts us now at that kind of 4th and 6 range.
Bloom looks. Pressure comes. Now he steps up, rolls left, fires. Off balance pass, complete again. Goudreau up the middle, down inside the 5 on a big run after the catch by Tyrus Goudreau, and it's 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
We've had a couple nice 4th down conversions here to keep this drive going. Let's find a way to punch this in. Nope, negative plays here off of it. Just maybe, we're just not in a position to maybe run the ball down the middle, but let's maybe get to the outside here with Bloom. He use his feet a little bit. He's been using it all night to continue to pass. Let's maybe see him roll out and use it with his legs. He deserves it after kind of keeping the drive alive a couple times this drive.
They'll spread him out with 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Bloom rolls right, keep all the way. The race to the corner, it's won by Bloom for a touchdown. Alex Bloom with a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Jackets strike.
That's just a great drive. And I mentioned it before, Growth, but it really comes down to this season. As this season hasn't went the way they've wanted. They knew they were gonna be pretty young and pretty thin. But what I really like about this, Growth, is we have seen a lot of this type of stuff where it's not going our way. They've really kept their shoulders up on these guys. They're 1-5. This could have went south in a hurry, and for them to kind of drive and make a statement like that was really fun to see.
Bloom for 2, fires, pass, incomplete. May have been picked, but broken up by Friesen. It's no good. So with 8 minutes to go, 4th quarter, it's now 32-13 as the Yellow Jackets strike.
And why that's so important, Jason, is you're not really, if you're the coaching staff, you're not focused on 2024. You still are, but when you're having a season like this, you're really thinking about, you can't have those juniors on down, or even junior high guys in the stands or out watching the game. You can't have them in a negative place or seeing the shoulders down in this kind of give up attitude. And so they've for them to do these things, it might not matter in regards to what the final score is going to be, but it is something to build on, and it keeps these younger guys going, all right, even if things aren't going my way, I'm going to continue to battle because, gosh, I watched Alex Bloom have 2 picks and a fumble, and what's he doing end of the third quarter, into the fourth quarter? He's finding a way to get plays, 2 fourth down conversions, and then a big run to finish. He knows he's not going to win the game, but instead of getting down on himself, he found a way to make a play. And so to me, that's a testament to Coach Hein and his coaching staff to keep their heads up and keep them pushing all the way through.
Just going to say that this staff, led by head coach Jesse Hein, has done an outstanding job. Like, you can just see it, the effort, the buy-in. It's all across the board, and I think there's great things ahead for the Yellow Jacket football program. As on the return, sliding down, giving himself up was Andrew Marty, and then he kind of got popped a little bit, but I think it was one of those inadvertent things, and it'll be 1st and 10.
I think with Tristan Larson, his brain says go, 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 tackle, 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 and he was pretty shocked that he went to a knee there, and so he was wondering what was going on, and he pulled up out of there at the last second, but he couldn't help but make contact. But that's just, I'm guessing that he hasn't seen that happen. He was shocked at what was going on.
Kind of almost reminds me of the Volpe incident from last night's Yankees-Royals game. Good thing no one came out of the sidelines here on this one.
Yeah, exactly right.
So now the Yellow Jackets trailing 32-13 with 7:55 to go. Hubner with the pitch. Seuss again to the outside. Gets to about the 30. Expect to see a lot of that from Morris area right now as they're going to work the clock with this lead.
Also, us getting some young guys in there. Chris Dominguez in for a play there. Hustle in, hustle out. He seems pretty excited he got in.
You may have saw that on the bottom of the screen, may not have. The double fist pump as he came off. And that's moments there, as you saw, he came in late, so that means someone probably wasn't, I was supposed to be out there, wasn't out there, so that's an opportunity. He took advantage of being in the right spot to get out there on that play.
That's why you got to stand by the coaches. They need a guy, and they just grab somebody. You want to be that guy.
Pitch near side, Seuss again, breaks the ankle tackle. Now continuing to power forward. Kudrow tried and almost had the ball out. And it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, sometimes as a coaching staff for Morris, you almost want him to go down there because he might have scrambled for another yard or two, but man, when a team's down like this, they're going to be ripping for the football. That's exactly what we did, so testament to him for holding on to it, but we had a number of guys that were kind of forgetting about the tackle and trying to find a way to get that ball flying out of there.
3rd and 3 with 6.5 to go. Clock continuing to run. Morris will take their time to the line. They're going to look at the back judge for the signal on the delay about the 5 count. And there it is. They send the man in motion. And now the handoff. Left side, that's Cease again, just carrying the ball. 2 hands on it, plowing forward across the 45. It's one of those, I think, the Hubner said 2 hands, just run, and you get hit, go down. And Zeise on the tackle, it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Looking ahead, the Tigers again, they have that big one against Fergus Falls. On Wednesday night, the Yellow Jackets take on DGF. Trying to look on the score feed app. See if there's anyone updating a couple of area games tonight. Thief River and Fergus Falls doing battle, but no score there updated yet. Pitch near side. And on the run there is Friesen. So he gets just shy of the 50 to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Call that a gain of 4. Second down and 6 for Morris area.
Lou Harm's getting some run. He's been kind of in and out all season. They love his size and what he can do. Just continuing to learn how to be a football player. But He's done some nice things out there tonight. I've been kind of keeping an eye when he's winning the football game.
Morris will take a quick timeout. We'll take another break as well.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Welcome back here at Ted Meinhover Field, fourth quarter. That'll be second down for Morris out of the timeout. Handoff. Nice job defensively by the Yellow Jackets there. The handoff that time was to Spur. Looked like it was Tegan Schmelz that came through.
Yeah, when Tegan's been in the game in some of these moments, you've seen him kind of pop off the screen, and he really plays hard.
Third and 11 for Morris. Send a man in motion. Pitch to the right side. And the play was blown dead for a false start.
False start on the Tigers. They'll bring up third down and long.
4 minutes to go. Pitch to the left side. Friesen, not much there. It'll be fourth down.
Tyler Friesen. In on that tackle again, number 30, Tegan Schmelz.
Schmelz again doing a nice job on that one. Fourth down. Morris will be in punt formation. We are hoping, we know there might be some buffering issues going on. We're working on that. Might be the fact that it's cool enough and our internet's slowing down with it on our hotspot. Not as hot right now. But we think we got that going. Thank you for sticking with us as the punt is away. Boondro is back. He'll just let it drop and he'll take a Tiger roll to the 29, and that's where the Tigers will have the football. Or excuse me, the Yellow Jackets will have the football with 2:35 to go in our fourth quarter. We'll keep it here. As the Yellow Jackets, as we've talked with Jesse Hine during our interview throughout the weeks when we visit with them, they see a lot of good things, and they have throughout this year. Right now, it's getting that ability to play the full four quarters. It's a tough task against the number 8 ranked team in the state. But I think tonight you've seen more of that, like more getting closer and closer to that than you have in some other games possibly.
Yeah, and it's an injury-riddled team. You know, people don't understand how incredibly hard it is to install a new, because you're not just installing, X's and O's. There's all kinds of things you're trying to get guys to do in football, or matter whatever sport. I go with the same thing. You're just trying to slowly pick away and put in what you can. And I think Coach Hines done a great job, and he's known that the injuries were there, and he knew he was going to be thin, and he's done the best he could, and knowing that it's about the bigger picture.
Taking Detloff in at quarterback. We'll hand it off to Larson. Larson spun down at the 29. Tristan Larson's the type of kid that you look at, bulldog-type player for this Yellow Jacket squad. Just walked off, the junior. He's done a little bit of everything tonight, and you can see the wear and tear that's been on his body tier. Detloff. Gets a snap, hands it off nicely into the right side. Bounces it outside, gets tackled. They'll keep the clock running. It'll be third down.
Nice job there. Getting to the outside. Yeah, Larson's one of those guys you definitely want on your football team. You can even see him late in the game, probably pleading that he can go in and get a few more carries. He's one of those guys that lives for these Friday night lights. And so, it's fun to watch him play. You hopefully next, you just never know as we keep going, but he's got another year to play. So hopefully he can stay healthy as we continue with, because he has had injuries in the past, because he just plays and he wrestles just really as hard as he possibly can.
1 minute to go, third down. Detloff will keep it himself. Gets the first down, drives forward, continues.
Beautiful run on the quarterback keeper.
And a nice job by Detloff for the first down. Clock will stop until they move the change with 48.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, I like Detloff cutting that thing up and trying to make sure he gets different yards, especially in a varsity game. You might be playing some of these younger guys, but he could have went out of bounds there and rehuddled, but instead he put his head down and kept pushing. So good run by Tegan Detloff.
Detloff will keep it himself around the outside. Takes a hit, gets driven down, and will be brought down there, and that may be the final play. The Yellow Jackets. That will be the final play. So, the Morris area Tigers come to Perham tonight and pick up a 32-13 victory over the Yellow Jackets. And outstanding performance for the 8th-ranked team in the state as they pick up that win.
Yeah, kind of, to be honest, I was maybe expecting them to jump out at us on a little bit more just because of our injury situation. But they still looked the part, and so we've talked about it at length, but I'm excited to find out how that score goes between them and Fergus. But things that we can be positive about, I think it's just another one of those nights, unfortunately, that doesn't go Perham's way. But I think as Coach Hine gets to his Saturday morning and drinks coffee and thinks about it, he has things he can be positive about, and different guys stepping up in different ways. And to me, it goes back to as the sky kind of was falling, that drive late in the second half before subs came in. I was really impressed with that. A couple fourth down conversions, couple hard-nosed plays by a couple guys between Bloom and Tate Zacharias and Tyrus. Just a lot of nice things that were done on both sides. And even up front, I thought Logan Gook had a good game. There's certain guys did a lot of nice things, and so things to build on. You never want to have any sort of moral stuff as a coach, but when you face a team like this and you're trying to, you really hope that you don't have to get to Monday before another crazy game with a really improved and continued to juggernaut of DGF, that you have something to build on for Monday's practice, and I think they're in a place that they can do that.
Well, Kyle, it's been fun working with you. We're going to wrap it up quick tonight due to the Hall of Fame ceremony, so we're going to wrap things up here as A lot of people will go over to the Cactus for that, but we're going to try to help people as they are trying to shift people out of here tonight, and we're going to shut down quickly, too, as well with this postgame show. But, Kyle, it's been fun working with you throughout the season. Looking forward to it again. And I know you're looking forward to a fun winter and a fun trip to Florida.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you asking, and I think it's really cool what we have going on after this with our Hall of Fame banquets, and I do appreciate you let me on in here, and it's been really fun, and it's been fun to watch Coach Hines' group continue to push, but thanks for everything, and it's hopefully you'll invite me back and not have to walk me out of here like with security with Solid did the other day.
Well, thank you very much. That's Kyle Haberman. I'm Jason Groth. We thank you for tuning in tonight. The Morris area Chokio-Alberta Tigers pick up a 32-13 victory over the Yellowjackets. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's 549 media production of Perham Yellowjacket activities. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by KLM Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Rivers Realty, and Lakes Ace Hardware. Tonight's game is brought to you by New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, and Hanson's Plumbing and Heating. Once again, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game on the 549 Media Network.